the best of games for them. Some of the individuals were going missing a little bit, so there is a little bit more ceiling there for sure. But they definitely brought it through with some really good individual play and some good clutches as well.
Yeah, well, this is an important one, isn't it? Money's on the line and points are on the line as well. It is a deep best of 5 possible game here to see who is going to get into that grand final to meet Full Sense.
Yep, so keen to see what we're going to be getting here. Breach and Raze and Teo, very popular combination at the moment. Not something you'd see too much on this map in particular. It's going to be harder for them to kind of pivot around and look for different lanes. They're going to have to rely a lot more on things like the Arc Rose as well as just a singular stealth drone to be able to clear map control and just run some harder XX exactly like this. It's all space denial off the bat for Alter Ego, just bullying their way into front B. This is exactly how you expect Breach Teo to play. They're going to turn that front B control into a C clear as well. So a lot of map control here early on for Alter Ego.
Crazy Guy has gone in front of this wall at the moment, and that's going to be the death of him. So not bad as an opener for Alter Ego. They don't necessarily have to send it at the moment. Extra confirmed information on both sides towards the front of the B site, as well as there's a bit of A main progression now for Alter Ego.
Re-walking into A main, catching Wayne off guard. Very common to drop your Omen off after taking that rubble control, and they've been able to pick up on that tendency. Chud inside of the smoke though. Kimmy Kittens are ready for him. They know that he's on the lurk front B, and they baited him out with the footsteps, at least pinging 1 kill back in the favor of Kimmy Kittens. So only need to complete a 3-on-4 retake here, but it's still going to be very difficult.
Not too much utility for Kimmy Kittens either to be able to go in for this retake with. So you definitely have to see Vera open up the books right now. With everyone pretty much contained around the site, but as we start to go in, we'll see if he can get anything a good on trade from them. But ultimately, it is a big hold from Alter Ego. Just Jar. 1 versus 3. Yes, he's got a single star, but he would need some stellar shots to come on out. And it will just result in a trade at the end. So Alter Ego, they will pick up the pistol.
Yeah, we'll see. This looks like a little bit of mind games from Alter Ego. Like, they're going into Lotus after losing it to Full Sense yesterday with a different comp. They pick straight back into this map today in a make or break series against Kimmy Kittens in the lower bracket with only 1 day's notice to kind of comp change, which really indicates that they're either hiding their comp or they've kind of practiced this as well as the other comp and, you know, built up the strat book for both over time, and now they're trying to run their kind of stronger comp in towards the lower bracket here, or maybe the comp they think has a better chance at beating Kimmy Kittens and what they're running here.
And it's not like this comp either is a unknown comp, right? It's one that Furia and NRG and 2G over in Americas are all running. They're kind of trying to popularize it over there at the moment, which is not a bad idea, don't get me wrong, but there's a bit of tape that Alter Ego can definitely find some little neat picks for here and there from them.
Full stack on A here for Kimmy Kittens. Just Styron, front B, gets a big bite out of Sayo. It's insane that he's been able to actually pick that kill up, considering there's 4 people running at him, all with util in hand. So that's a bit of a freebie that he honestly didn't really deserve to get at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Kimmy Kittens will see what other damage they can find here.
No, you'll certainly take it. And now you've got these pistols just coming on in. 3 from Breakable, and 1 already being wrapped out by Chud. So we'll say see you later, just Crazy Guy. And the rest of the team are just going to be pretty stuck on the site to see if they can get anything. Spike doesn't even get half defused. I mean, it was an ambitious play at that, and there's no kills calculated either for the Kimmy Kittens. So all in all, good round for Alter Ego.
Yeah, no guns lost. Chud was going for the bonus there with the Ghost, so he's been able to pick up that Guardian, recycle it, and upgrade himself off Vandal without really affecting the economy too badly. Couple of sets of armor broken as well. You've seen Alter Ego have to reinvest in those. And for Kimmy Kittens into their first buy round, it does seem like they're going to go for some B aggression or a front B reclear. You've seen already Alter Ego with the tendency to try to fault line front B, send in the salvos and go and take that space with the Arc Rose. Already Kimmy Kittens first come round looking to disrupt that.
Oh, already a lot of utility in the beginning dropped from both sides though. Not going to find any damage, but you are going to get a little bit of forward progression out through the front of B, and a re-aggression from the Kimmy Kittens at the moment. They really are hungry for an opening kill here. It's a trade at the end. It does bring out an aftershock from a Dren King there, but apart from that, it's going to be just a handshake with both teams losing 1 member.
Yeah, great reactive utility. Sent him down for Alter Ego, so flank potential could be there in the mid to late round for Kimmy Kittens, but with how safe and passive they're playing across the map, I don't really think that's going to be coming into fruition anytime soon. Stealth Drone goes into C, spots out a couple of stars, but realistically, seems like it's going to be a bit more of a retake setup on the read from Alter Ego. Progression smoke out A to obscure the info. Boombot as well, just to apply a little bit of pressure. Haunt does clear C, and Kimmy Kittens are going to rotate accordingly, leaning further towards A after the util pressure for Alter Ego. So it's just Jar here on an island as the C execute gets prepped.
2 stars available as well, so you can gravity well the second one, but he's already being off-putted by the salvos at the moment. He'll start to get ticked by them, and he would have been bested by them as well. So Sayu able to stick through that fight as the play goes down.
Yeah, nice open plant for C-Long. Little bit of a tickle onto Gotten. Really out of position here for Styron. Gotten continues to fight Waterfall side and is punished accordingly. Man advantage now for Kimmy Kittens.
Very winnable for Alter Ego, however, though. A Dragon King, nice timing onto Crazy Guy. And it's going to be the double sight hit from Spawn side for Kimmy Kittens. Arcros has got nothing towards the sights, and you're seeing 5 seconds now on these salvos for Sayu. That can buy some pretty crucial time if done accordingly, but the hunt out through the bend at the moment. The shots out from Wayne. The salvos end up getting on towards the site. And in this 1 versus 1, the time is just really ticking away. Styron will get the kill, and there is enough time to get the defuse as well, but it's a pretty costly round at the end. Actually, it's going to be very tight. Oh, 0.04. That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that is a round that Alter Ego have made Kimmy Kittens work very hard for, especially given it was their bonus. So great reset potential on the attacking side, especially recovering things after they don't start particularly well, really. Man advantage for Kimmy Kittens in this round. Once again, a Dragon King showing that he is really the one to perform for Alter Ego on this map in particular. He was doing the exact same thing yesterday on the info unit of the Fade. Is this a main fight for Alter Ego? Kimmy Kitten's going to run it down C to start things off. So both teams exchanging map control. Big C take there for Kimmy Kittens. Trud sees all of that and is going to communicate it accordingly. So you're going to get a bit of a speed up now for Alter Ego. Kimmy Kittens with 2 anchoring the site though.
That's it, isn't it? The Sentinel and the Controller that's going to act as the pseudo-Senti. Though, Styron getting popped out by the security drone means the util is gone and an aftershock goes on out for a trade. Actually, a kill from a Dragon King. They do know that Jar was in the site as well. He'll get taken down. So far, it's a bit of a stampede in towards this site for Alter Ego. But the trades, they're coming through yet again. 2 versus 2. Spike is not planted yet. It's dropped.
It dropped in the open. Vera with eyes on that. Jiggle from Sayu. Chud puts him down again. There's that first bullet accuracy from Chud. We see time and time again. A lot of pressure on Wayne's shoulders now. Only a Guardian to work with the regen shield. Arcros being thrown out on main side.
Oh, they'll hear that.
On default. Yeah, they hear the thorns. You're totally right. But these jiggles are so good here. A lot of pressure on Chud TPing out of the salvos. Keeping himself alive for now.
Reposition with the Shrouded Step. But they'll know exactly what angle that he's going to start to come from. Nice shot on towards Sayo. He knows Chud was low earlier from those 2 Guardian taps that he got on towards him. So yes, Wayne, I mean, he went onto those thorns at the wrong time, revealed by the audio, but he still manages to pull it through.
It was fun.
It's clutches on clutches for Kimmy Kittens on Lotus. It was the same thing yesterday. Even in the rounds that are getting a little difficult, a little hard to deal with, they're able to come up in the clutch in the XVXs where they're down in members. They come up with the goods, and this is a huge clutch from Wayne, especially this early on in the game. That was the swing round in round number 4, and you see the effects of that on Alter Ego's economy. However, they do have a lot of ults coming online. They want to invest a fair bit in this round. The reset potential is definitely there from Kimmy Kittens, and they're going to run this C take straight away once again.
That's 2 rounds in a row, though, for the Kimmy Kittens, and they only survive with 1 member. But if they can capitalize on this round here with some nice shots out from Vera, just like that, they'll be able to build up a little bit of their economy.
Yeah, nice little set play. I mean, this is the same comp that Nongshim was running in Pacific, and that was a very Nongshim-esque round. Just some set util over the top, little bit of a set play to try to catch your opponent off guard and get some early picks. It's a great way to win some of these rounds just in the opener. And from here, it's very passive stuff for Kimmy Kittens. They have a gun advantage, 2-man advantage. They really don't need to do anything special to win this round.
Yeah, we'll see if a Dragon King can maybe even find a kill or an orb and pick up the Rolling Thunder. You know, same can be said for Chud. He can equalize the playing field by removing the primary rifles. you may actually get a leg in towards this round.
A lot of noise being made. Just taking C Mound there for Alter Ego. Caught up over the top with the smoke in the choke. Wayne anchoring the site. Haunt does actually end up scanning on towards the site. And Crazy Guy going down. Adren King, big 2K for him. To be able to open up some space for Alter Ego to get into a post plant now.
Plant starts to go down. You've got the Armageddon and the Rolling Thunder. These can be some scary ultimates to claim around. You might even think about using it here, but with that rotating door opening and you're stuck in the open as Adren King, it makes it difficult to try and find anything. You do use the Armageddon as well. That's kind of extremely ambitious for me with 21 HP left for Sayu. I don't know if I'm liking that one there, Pilsky.
Yeah, it hasn't really had a whole lot of impact, has it? And Kimmy Kitten's going to get through the round without too many issues. Recycling those Vandals, dropping the weekend weaponry. So Guardian and Judge do go by the wayside, but retaining 3 rifles is going to be fantastic for Kimmy Kitten's economy on defense here. Alter Ego now turn their attentions to round number 5. Did use the Armageddon, as you mentioned, but they did have a lot of pretty big ults coming online, so have to have a think about how they want to be utilizing those. Did force out an ult there for Kimmy Kittens as well, if I wasn't mistaken. Yeah, that was Styron Steel Garden.
Big one here, though.
Yep. Multiple C aggressions here for Kimmy Kittens. Alter Ego going to start with that C map control. So once again, these two teams choosing to dominate opposite sides of the map. All of that A pressure and noise does seem like Alter Ego's thinking about speeding up, maybe with the showstopper to kick things off.
Well, they can also drop in their own Steel Garden either early or late if they do get Chud back over towards it, because currently he's just playing up towards the ruins. Try to spot out where that wall is.
Oh, aggression in A main. Was spotted out. Alter Ego know they've lost that space. Chud thinking about retaking it. Did have some util broken on front C site. Crazy Guy waiting for his Haunt to come back up so he can re-clear C mount here.
Some info.
Not ready yet.
Arcro's dealt with. Alter Ego still staying put. They've still got some great ults to be able to break open this site. Out goes the Haunt just to be able to spot if the C mount control is still there, and indeed, Kimmy Kittens does confirm it.
Oh, lots of ultimates already in, isn't it? Nakia to lead in with the showstopper, getting bit up by the Prowler. He gets the deep line, misses out with the showstopper. Some chip damage on a Styron for sure. You got the Rolling Thunder and the showstopper extended for the Alter Ego side. And the plane even hasn't gone down just yet. Further aggression at the moment, but it's just a crunch around the whole side as Kimmy Kittens. There's 3 angles that they're coming in from quite successfully as 4 members still surviving. There's just no time for Chud to get back in towards this round. He has to call for the save.
This is the downside of the comp Alter Ego are playing, unfortunately. You know, this is the strength of a Fade as your init or even your solo init on Lotus these days, is the ability of the Prowlers to clear lanes and be flexible in terms of taking map control. But unfortunately, the comp that Alter Ego does run, you've only got the stealth drone for re-clear as well as the boom bot, but I wouldn't say that's that powerful of a re-clear tool really most of the time. So the issue with that round is really just Alter Ego take that C mount control, and Kimmy Kittens take pretty much the whole map. Like all of A lobby, they're pushed all the way up, and Alter Ego, there's not really that much that they can do about that unless they want to commit so much to a re-clear and make sure that they can have all of their util placed in the right positions. Like this is just the kind of comp where you need a good read on what the opponent's doing and to be able to place your util pixel perfect, whereas the Fade is going to give you a little bit more flexibility. You know, you're able to just prowler out with 1 or 2 players and just play that info denial style against the defenders.
We did see yesterday Alter Ego taking these timeouts before they'd go into a bit of a half buy or an eco round as well, right? Not wanting it too heavy on the rifle rounds themselves. So Asterisk getting a couple of words in here.
Yep. They're definitely going to need it. It feels like that this comp swap has not necessarily yielded its rewards just yet. Hard execute towards C gets picked apart. Lovely TP in from Wayne to be able to come in the flank. It just felt like Kimmy Kittens there had pretty much every power position and were just raining down like so many bullets from every angle on Alter Ego. Once again, the C take coming out for Kimmy Kittens. The A main take for Alter Ego. So both teams exchanging map control. It's the Vice in the Astra to anchor the site yet again. Door gets opened and front B gets cleared by Kimmy Kittens in the meanwhile.
Styron last time did get picked by that security drone, remember, and his util was gone when this play happened. So just have to be a little bit more careful as Styron, well, they're actually going to get popped by the drone yet again, and the ultimate from Vice comes on through. So Steel Garden removing the guns. Laser beams coming around from Vera at the moment. There's 3 of them all in the dark cover. The reload. There's no gunmate. You forgot that the ultimate was still in effect. Advantage now for Alter Ego. And they have to concede it for just a few mere moments. Haunt will come online for Crazy Guy as the plant starts to go down. They'll be split for this retake. Wayne getting passed over towards Drop. Finds the first one. Can he get a second? He can. That's a Sharpie on Snap. Now all onto a Dren King. 2 angles that he needs to consider at the moment while holding for this one. And he has managed to path into a bit of a safety position. They can look to get on towards the spike, but what can a Dren King do at the moment? Does he consider that was going to be in the tree? The shots come out. He's not even looking the right direction.
Yeah, another 2-on-3 that Kimmy Kittens put together there. Great stuff from Vera on the rotation in. That is the strength of the Neon. Just being able to flood into the site before you even get into the post plant on the attacker's side. Such a pain to deal with on this map at times. They overdrive pulled in response to the Steel Garden, but once again, it feels like deja vu. Wayne completed a retake from that A Heaven position already once in this game. And just yesterday, Kimmy Kittens recovered so many man disadvantage situations against the 11.
I'll find you.
Going at it again, but this time there is a member outside of the C position with the claiming from the Kittens. A bit of a quicker speed up in towards the A side as well, so you really want to try and overwhelm Jar, overwhelm Styron at the moment. It's good popping on towards the Thorns, and that's a bit of over ambition, honestly, from Gotten to TP on in. Nakia got caught in the Thorns. This is looking like a much cleaner round from Kimmy Kittens. It might even be a flawless one with Chud falling at the end to Vera.
Just making mincemeat of them.
Go, go, go.
This opening C fight into the front B reclear with the double anchor of the Astra and the Vice has just been such a good go-to for Kimmy Kittens. They've caught AE outside of C and won that way once already. In this round, it's just a complete shutdown. Perfect placement of the Nebulas and the Thorns. And once again, as mentioned, the Fade and the Neon just so good at applying pressure flexibly and flooding into the site. As Alter Ego try to transition that A main take into an A execute. Back on the half bay again for the Indonesian squad. But this pick of Lotus is going about as poorly as their pick against Full Sense yesterday.
It's another nil conversion, by the way, on the back of their timeout, too.
I mean, yeah. If you go towards the gun round for sure, you're not really expecting the half by conversion, but definitely, I don't remember how many times they did convert. Towards stairs side this time, it's a different approach. They don't feel like they can actually breach the site due to just how much defensive power this comp from Kimmy Kittens does have. But Kimmy Kittens aware that stairs is dirty. Aggression from Vera.
Really careful here. A little bit of a premature spray, and it looks a little bit awkward for the follow-up too, but it does get the job done at the end. Nakia to fall as the last soldier. So the pickup at the end, all good for the Kittens.
Yeah, very, very clean. Couple of sheriff shots connecting for Alter Ego, but nothing to get too excited about. Cosmic's there for Jar. Complete one of these retakes or post plants that Alter Ego wants to set up. Getting close to a lot of ults here for Alter Ego. If you get a multi-frag or some orb control for one of these players, you could really look towards one of those ults to try to win them into late round from them. But they got to focus on converting the early round exchange into an actual round win at the moment. That's the big problem. And Kimmy Kittens is just running the same strat over and over again. I mean, if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. This time, it seems like Alter Ego want to respond to that aggression, though, rather than speeding up A. So a different approach from the attackers.
They do have the right agents to do so. When you think about Breach Fault Line, can really upset with just a single piece of utility any of the aggression that Kimmy Kittens can go out with. And that's it. You use it on in, you stun them through, you get a little bit of forward momentum in towards it. Yeah, it goes to a 2 versus 2 at the end in the trade department, but at least you've done something to change it up.
Yeah, but that's the stealth drone used and a lot of reclear utility used, so they've been picked dry, and now it's going to come down to a bit more of a contact approach in towards this C site. No anchor utility from the Vice over here. It is just Vera on the line and a contact setup with Jar. They run into the site. Out comes the Nebula for Jar. He's going to peek in front of her. And once again, Alter Ego losing this exchange with the salvos coming out, though. That forces the defenders straight into a Dren King's crosshair. And now Alter Ego have a very winnable 2-on-1.
Yeah, you've got the Rolling Thunder yet again for a Dren King now if you do opt to use it. But an Aftershock on a fault line you would think might just get the job done. Siren has to cross the angle. They'll slip on by. Can he find the right timing here? Does he think they might have been both going in towards main? They'll play a little bit of an off angle for a Dren King here. And he will get the final shot out as well.
Again, he's just farming on Lotus. Every time Alter Ego are having success on this map, yesterday and today, despite the comp swap or what agent he is playing, it has been majority off the back of a Dren King. Continues to deliver here for Alter Ego. They picked themselves up another round there. That was a pretty touch and go situation. The Teo being worth its weight in gold in that round, though, really sets up a Dren King for success. Not only with the stealth drone into fault line in response to the C take, but then, of course, in the mid to late round, just line him up for a quick double.
And plays it again for the C mount control, but a difference in the fact that Jar isn't on the site itself. A trade, though, will shut the op down.
Yeah, it's heads up for Kimmy Kittens to put an op in that position, knowing that they're not playing against a Viper comp. Can fall asleep a little bit at the wheel as the attackers swapping your comp. They were playing Viper yesterday, so kind of leaning into some of the same tendencies that they were showcasing yesterday and being punished for it. Break open the Hobbit hole here in combination with the breach ult and try to get into B, but this is a flood in response for Kimmy Kittens, perhaps.
Yeah. Bit of utility going on through. Sayu, though, catches Wayne with the spray through to heaven. Stray bullet traces that you could track there as well, by the way. Plant goes in.
Retrieving flash.
Very important round for Alter Ego to try and claim here. Player advantage on towards this hold. Info on a crazy guy too. Doesn't have any more prowlers either. Just the C's, and with Styron falling, do you start to consider that it becomes a little bit more important to go for a save? Well, they already can't do that, Pilsky, because they're just dead.
Yeah, beautiful round from Alter Ego.
In the half.
Do lose that op pick over towards A, but they recover really, really well. Actually utilizing the altar a lot better there. Did get the Rolling Thunder into that B side. They aren't allowing Kimmy Kittens to flood out of the choke points. I mean, if they're able to do that, just feels like you've either used your util in the early to mid round or you're not using it effectively enough, because realistically, you're looking at Teo stun, fault line, raise nade, like Paranoia, Thorns in the mid to late round as well. Like, you should be able to play anti-flood really, really well as Alter Ego once you take the actual side if you've got the personnel for it. Here's the showstopper, stay into B. Nakias hasn't really hit the movement perfectly, but it's still zoning the defenders regardless and will allow Alter Ego to get into a post plant. Looks like they want to regress on C-Link side here.
Well, Wayne has shrouded steps through the sheer wall over at A lobby, so an eventual flank is possible, but you got to put more of a premium on what Jar can do here. Lots of stars, Cosmic Divide available in this massive push in towards C-Link at the moment from Alter Ego. Jar, oh, crazy guy, sorry, good for 2 kills there, and an overdrive now from Vera. They know surely that the members are over here. Good for the first one, and it's the util to be dumped in from a Dren King, but now that it's all gone, he's going to have to go for the fight. The Paranoia misses Wayne on towards the defuse, though, and a Dren King is over. He just gets the first shot through the smoke. 7 HP. The savior, the soldier, survives, and Alter Ego will find 5 at the half.
Great recovery from Alter Ego there. 3 in a row after conceding 7 to Kimmy Kittens after winning the pistols. So we'll see if they can continue to ride that momentum onto the defensive side of their map pick. The first of this best of 5 here, Dion.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus was the one that had a bit more depth in it for both of these teams in yesterday's games. So it is good to see, you know, more of a recovery as well from Alter Ego at the end there.
Jiggle on C. Alter Ego with the info line over there. Kimmy's Kittens starting off in a bit more of a 1-3-1, anticipating some aggression, but now contacting over towards C. It's perfect crosshair placement for Crazy Guy to crack open this round.
Further extension from Vera, though. Not expecting Gotten to already be in the breakable room. More utility comes on through. The right clicks, well, never trustworthy, but Wayne will get the job done with it. So coming in towards the plant, there will be a player advantage. Drone destroyed. Salvos ready to go on in. You do have to keep an eye on that radar that Jar is away from the action, watching for a flank. So he's going to be a little bit autonomous with his utility. For the salvos, they go on in. Wayne, he doubles down somehow with that frenzy. Styron does get traded out at the end, but now you can just play Protect the President, being the spike. Because Nakia in a 1 versus 3 makes it a little bit difficult, albeit a couple of individual duels possible. Denied by Wayne, just swinging out with frenzy.
He's had so much impact this game for Kimmy Kittens. Won them multiple retakes on that A side of the map, and now a 4K in the opening attack side pistol. I think pretty much every kill that Wayne's gotten so far in this game has been an impact kill that has converted very quickly into a round win for Kimmy Kittens.
One enemy remains.
And they break Alter Ego's streak of 3 rounds at the end of the half, and once again throw down the gauntlet to force the Indonesian boys to respond. They'll only take a save for now, but we're kind of getting to the point where somebody else has got to start to do something outside of a Dren King, or they're going to be 0-1 down in this series.
Yeah, and going into a Haven as well that we didn't get to see yesterday. So it's just down to previous experiences and exploits that you've got on that map.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 13-6 for Alter Ego last time they played, so I don't think they're going to be too bothered by that pick, I would say. I'm going to be feeling confident based on the exchange of the last game. But I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a spark out of Alter Ego at the moment. These 2 maps against Full Sense and the way that this map has been going so far, I'm getting a little concerned for them in this lower bracket run.
Well, it's the 1-4 stack at the moment. Probably over towards the C site. And if Kimmy Kittens do end up going towards B, they'll have a little bit more of a player affair that they need to deal with from Alter Ego, who could technically try and flood when the plant goes down, but the salvos will do the job. There is enough time to still go for it again, so Kimmy Kittens don't have to worry about that being an issue with this plant going down just now.
Yeah, they can't take their time on these site takes. That is the strength of double controller. You just keep refreshing the smokes and keep the defense retake locked out of the site for much longer than you would be able to with only the solo Omen, for example.
Well, speaking of an Omen, Wayne 2 away from getting from the shadows here. Could definitely see a small bit of a hunt, but against these pistols, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Alter Ego just right at the end when everybody decides to leave, or if they do just go up with a spike. Keep an eye though, Vera is going for a bit of a wrap, and he will see pretty much all of them at the moment. Looking even for an ace, but he'll get shut down by Chud, and well, now they're pretty much just going to go up with a spike. Jar does need to be a little bit careful because he is in the realm of the explosion.
Yeah, only loses a ghost and a little bit of armor, so not the biggest of deals for Jar to go down there. Did get a couple of anti-eco kills for Vera, though. He is kind of the one who wants to be building the ult. I don't think Wayne really cares about his From the Shadows timing too much. There are a couple of really cheeky set plays you could do with it on this map. The TP small side on C, or TPing into the door and opening it. I mean, it's an update that kind of went unnoticed for a lot of people, but there's definitely been some pro teams experimenting with interaction plays with the Omen TP, and Lotus door is definitely one of them.
Very excited to see Ascent come back with these new agents implemented, and if we're going to get any more cheekiness like that too. But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, main control here for Kimmy Kittens is their bonus round, but they do have 2 rifles invested in it, and it's only going to take a little bit of a multi-frag for Vera to get going with his overdrive. Should anchoring down the site right now.
Yeah, the
sheer place inside of A main.
Yeah, place a little bit deeper, which eventually you'll hear the audible cue from it as Vera. You want to try and bait that one out, which they'll do successfully. Chud sees it, no one's gone forward though, so the vines are still available.
Dren King reading this one very well. He's taken all of that C info and allowed a big lean over towards the A side of the map. But there's the B pivot for Kimmy Kittens, trying to get into the site, getting held back by Sayo's util for the time being. Dren King closing in on this flank. There is no hard sentinel. It's just the Vice without the shear placed. And placed a little bit too late in this case.
Spike planted.
Plant goes down though, and Sayu finds Crazy Guy. He'll crunch in towards the site at the moment. Almost makes Alter Ego want to go quite quickly, but Dren King has been so stellar on these shots so far in this game, and now we start to see them come on through. Chud in for one as well. Everybody wants to take a bit of a fight on the site itself. A good flash on out. Now it's all down to Jar. Where is he? He's not home. He's playing Astra. He's trying to just use what utility he possibly can, and the Bulldog is not the weapon to get the job done.
Yeah, good stuff for Alter Ego. That is the strength of their comp. You could see how much stall. I mean, we didn't see it in the program feed, but there was so much stall on door side when the B pivot tried to come in. Just allows Alter Ego to get into better and better positions. Got to give credit as well to Adren King. I mean, they are not playing that hard info in it. It is just the Teo. You don't have something like a Fade that can cycle haunts and be able to flexibly throw out Prowlers. So he gets active the old-fashioned way. Man with gun just pushes all the way down C long after jump spotting, not seeing anything, and he takes all of that side of the map and creates a big flank and a lot of info for the defense.
It's important that Alter Ego do fashion around like that being the bonus, but if they can double down in towards this one with the orb tap preempted with the flood in towards C Mound, I mean, kind of read from Kimmy Kittens as well to expect that.
Yeah, they read that perfectly. They've seen those tricks before, and I mean, they are playing against a very heavy execution-based comp. They know that the Vice has been solo A, so through process of elimination, you're going to have some kind of util set up somewhere. Vine's popped here for Chud. He's going to flash himself into tree. Goes 1-for-1 with Wayne, but you do have Adren King making it to the backside of the site before this execute comes in.
Well, there's a lot of time.
Jar.
Very risky astral form from Jar there, but at least safety by his teammates. And now as Sayu finds one and traded out, Wayne having a ripper of a round at the moment, picking it up. He'll end with 4. Man is on a heater here.
For sure. Like, literally, he's had no fluff kills. There have been no anti-ecos for Wayne. Like, almost every kill, maybe bar 1 or 2 of his 15, is like winning a round for Kimmy Kittens. It's insane to witness. This is another make or break gun round that puts a lot of pressure on the defensive side economy, and he comes up with a 4K. His multi-fragging on that A side of Lotus has been insane. Every time Wayne has been winning a round for Kimmy Kittens, he's been resetting that defensive side economy. Like, the impact is off the charts for this map.
It's good to see. You know, sometimes you have some slow days, sometimes you have some really good days, and it's great to see that, you know, not often someone that is in that good day department is doing so right now. Just a pistol so Pilsy for Alter Ego in this round. Good preemptive shot from them, but everybody wants a piece of this pie.
So much util though, and Kimmy Kittens gets caught by it. This is the strength of the Breach Teo Raze comp. Vera hasn't felt like he's had enough yet, running into the arm again. Both him and Styron pinned to back straight through the wall though. Sayu giving the man advantage to Alter Ego, but this is 2 disjointed positions. Sayu going to reposition, join up with Chud, who only has a classic to his name here. So with Vera's reposition, back towards A. Looks like Alter Ego want to wrap the map, and I absolutely love that. That's going to give them an opportunity to get their hands on some guns to try to take on this 2-on-1.
Possible for them to win this if Sayu plays the timing, disregarding health, has the drone, has the salvo, try and set Chud up.
The drone's going to be huge. Like, they know that it's an A plant. The drone is going to really help them kind of process of elimination, work their way through the site. But this wrap from Vera is actually the perfect play here over on Stairs side. If he can find the timing, this could be a freebie for him.
The only problem that I see with this is if someone watches for it, the spike isn't necessarily planted for him, so he has to go a little bit deeper into the site, and he's got no relay bolt in a situation like this. As soon as they spot him on out, he'll take the first duel against Chud, and we know how accurate Chud's first bullet has been, Pilsky.
Yeah, it's another insta one-tap from Chud. Do not want to be peeking this man. And that's a thrifty win for Alter Ego. They won multiple yesterday against Full Sense, despite getting absolutely pounded in that series. They are very sharp with their sheriff work, this team. You cannot understate how important that can be at being able to win a series against the odds. And this is a perfect example of it. They flipped the script from being down 6-11 against Kimmy Kittens, going into an attacking side team that would probably have a pretty strong economy to their name, to now picking themselves up rifles, building their economy on Sayu and Chud here, as well as breaking Kimmy Kittens' money. This gives them a new lease on life, a chance to come back into this map.
Well, fast one over towards Mound at the moment, and Chud is just doubling down on that. That's pretty decisive with Gotten in tow as well. They are just seeing a good delivery here. Just Jar, 1 versus 5. Spike, irretrievable. Not much you can do when Naki has already pushed in towards A lobby 2.
Oh, Satchel to pick up the Vandal. Perfect, they ping it out, so upgraded the Outlaw. 5 rifles brought through for Alter Ego. Showstopper picked up as well. Beautiful anti-setup from the Vice and the Omen there. You get the Arc Rose with the Paranoia follow-up. Kimmy Kittens could not see a damn thing running down C Mount there. Easiest mop-up of Alter Ego's life, and that is a confidence-building round if I've ever seen one. Money is fantastic on the defensive side now. This is a much winnable game for them. And for once, we are going to get both teams fighting the same side of the map.
Well, setting up yourselves for some utility, so we're going on in. Getting pinged is not nice for Nakia there, unfortunately, but more util dropped in amongst the mix. That's a sharp one out from Gotten. He knows where Crazy Guy is. He'll catch him through the corner of the wall. But are they aware that Jar has swooped in towards this dark cover and it'll start to fade? So eventually the trade, but a good one out from Adren King. And now it's just the single one in Styron. Disconnected. 2 one-on-ones though right now.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't know that.
Oh, that's a rare miss from Adren King. He's been good for those time and time again. Knew exactly where Styron was coming from as well, having had contact on front B.
Wall trip, by the way, Chud just went through the shear. So the position for the couple of seconds was noted, so he can set himself up exactly how he wants to play in this post.
Yeah, Thorns in A main, both players with the Steel Garden online. Arc Rose there for both players as well. Aggression up onto Heaven's side. Styron, low HP, needs to get an early duel here. Does spot out Chud, who's a little slow to the draw. Both players exchanging the Steel Gardens. It is the Sheriff here for Chud. What's Styron got here? He's going to pop the Thorns to buy some time. Does have the Arc Rose. Oh, he actually didn't get hit by the Steel Garden. He's got the Phantom available.
Oh, it's expired now. So ring around the Rosie out through the tree. Flash will pop him. Swing with it as well. Nicely done from Styron. You love to see that one.
Yeah, winning a big clutch for Kimmy Kittens. They just always clutch up on Lotus, man. These last 2 games, I don't know what's in the water over here on this map. Some kind of magical flower power, I think. Kimmy Kittens are taking advantage of. I mean, it makes sense with the name. Definitely some kind of weeb stuff going on, for sure.
What is it? It's the Lotus flower from oh, what's it called? I got like the movie in my head, the series in my head. They made a like new remake of it recently.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. I don't know that one. That sounds like a Harry Potter ripoff. But hey, that man's sitting in the grand finals, so we got to focus on the series at hand. Another timeout for Alter Ego. That was a pretty back and forth round that could have really gone either way. Styron does a really good job there. I mean, not only does he walk straight up the guts through the middle of the map, picks his round 4 alert timing perfectly to be able to catch Zayu inside of that A to B link, the Hobbit hole, and then turns it into a clutch that he can win. Adren King, that's a rare miss from him. He's been super on point the last 2 days on this map, but losing that one-on-one allows Styron into a winnable situation that really he had no business being in. Needed to just play that buddy system there, Alter Ego.
This is a big one here, Pilski, for Alter Ego, though, right? Gotta get this one to have more depth in towards this map. You got a little bit of credit still behind yourself later on, but over
Vera's
the utility, yeah, they've gone straight over Vera. And with the judge as well, playing in close proximity is not a bad idea. Security drone timing exchange. I don't know exactly if they saw it, but it doesn't matter because everybody will respect it.
They know exactly where Kimmy Kittens are, Alter Ego. Gotten's just playing the off angle. Knows that they're on the weaker weaponries. Wants to see if he can take advantage of that and use the range of the Vandal here. Just on the jiggle. Has the dark cover as well as 2 players close enough to offer him supportive utility. Both the Breach and the Teo can really help out. There's the overdrive for Vera.
Could be quite powerful to get in towards this C site. I'm wondering what timing you've got over there, though, with the salvos available for Zayu. Special delivery as well. Could be popped to set Gotten up to be able to spray, but just the timing from the salvos will be bought a little bit in towards it. The Lightning Finger's going to be down for the count, Wayne, to get a trade. So the overdrive shuts down, the heat exchanging. And it does favor Kimmy Kittens to set up for a post-lane Pilski where Chud has an operator still in hand.
Yeah. Drinking zoned back by the Thorns. Unless Kimmy Kittens make a mistake here and peek into the AWP, this is going to be a very difficult retake for Chud, and it's just cycled controller smokes on his position time and time again. Styron awaits inside of that with the judge in hand, ready to push at any moment. This is looking pretty unwinnable. Gun juggle hurt by Styron. I don't know how he's lost that dual. Jar up in the top side of the site goes down as well as just Wayne. 10 HP on Chud. doesn't have a 1-bullet gun available, and the shorty taken advantage of there. Kimmy Kittens win themselves a thrifty round back, and once again, it's nothing but impact from Wayne.
Yeah, that really hurts for Alter Ego at the end as well. They're set up on the site with some good timing on the util to come out from Kimmy Kittens, and just good decision making from them as well. Double, triple, peeking through the site, double tandeming back in towards the nebula at the end there as well when the operator is held by Chud, who, you know, if you're going with the operator hold, it's risky. If you switch guns, it's heard. Now you're going into what could be the last round on this map, and you're going back for some rubble control for Alter Ego. Cheeky spray through the wall from Crazy Guy though.
I have the spike.
Yeah. Gonna have to reload the Odin now. C control has been taken by Kimmy Kittens. A few little pings over on front B side.
Bring them down.
Thinking about taking some control over there. Prowler dodged very well by Gotten. They don't know that he's at rubble right now. There's the fault line to set him up for a peek, and they're going to re-establish that A control. Steltron goes straight through C-Long, but only sees the Omen, and that almost gets Chud killed. Vera almost had the timing to be able to hit him with a quick one tap, but here's the A re-clear for Kimmy Kittens. Alter Ego reading this well.
Yeah, more stalling utility thrown down. It's going to funnel the Kittens back towards a bit of a spreading jar. Hasn't seen anything too much at the front of B just yet, but again, he'll just switch towards that lurk roll, and I'm loving this rotation from Alter Ego at the moment. They're going to have 3 players surrounding the seaside itself, with Drinking not too far behind if needed.
Yeah, Breach is there as well. Fault line will be coming up any second. Out comes the Nightfall. 3 players on the side. Up goes the Sheer, but Chud can't take advantage of it. What an entry from Vera to start things off for Kimmy Kittens, and now Alter Ego harassed by the Nightfall. Yeah, I mean, there's just really nothing going right for Alter Ego here. It looks like they're on their last legs, and Kimmy Kittens gonna win their opponent's map pick and start off this best of 5 in the best way possible.
I don't know. I think I personally would have liked to see them just go back towards the Tejo, but you're always going to understand if you've tried something and you're losing to the same team here, like 13-6, after getting a 13-6 victory on its first inception. You're thinking that it might not be the wisest idea. Let's go back to something that our players are comfortable with their agent pool, right? So the kit.
Yeah, for sure. Kimmy Kitten's going to start out on this attacking side. So Alter Ego have opted to start defensive side of Haven here. If we go back and we look at the series that they played against each other previously, see the side start, you did have Alter Ego actually choosing to start attack there. And they went on a massive run on attack. They went 10-2. So they're going to have to change things up this time. Starting defense. A main contest in here for Kimmy Kittens. Do have Chud set up inside of sewers, ready to contest that, and the mid walk does drop off the jet bottom mid for Alter Ego.
Gonna be watching for it though, as Jar back on towards his lurk business, so we'll see how much that is going to play in the 3-mapper. Or 3-site map, rather.
Dart doesn't clear too much of anything. There's a refresh of the brick smoke from the defenders. Crazy Guy clears the corner, spotting out the Cypher and the cam setup. You can expect some kind of trap off of that, so you know roundabouts where the Sova or the Breach might be positioned at this point. Still a lurk in play here. Jar sitting bottom side of C-Long in a bit of a standoff with Gotten.
Oh, well, they will be baiting out the fault line utility here, but not enough to expose that the trap is at the front side of the A site. Meanwhile, Nakia is good for 1. Does get traded on out, and this is the timing where Jar's lurk can activate.
Yeah, he waited so long. He's waited 1 minute and 10 seconds for the contact to be found across the map to be able to find this C space. Crazy Guy now trying to take space inside of Garage, just waiting patiently in grass as the flood starts to come in. He's looking to disrupt it on the backside of site. Trip gets cleared, but Jai is hitting a couple of shots. Sayu replying, dodges the flashpoint nicely, and we end up in a 1-on-1 here.
Oh, not a lot of time though, Pilski. 10 seconds, and Crazy Guy, he will be putting a dart at the right location. Should to destroy that, gonna reposition, go for the plant. He'll be able to do so safely. Got a single shock dart online, no recon, but it's the swing on out, and will be able to wrangle that ghost to get the job done.
Yep. 1-0 for Alter Ego. Big pistol win for them. Started out on the opposite side of things with a pistol win in that upper bracket game, so starting the game with some much needed momentum as far as I'm concerned. I really think Alter Ego have been slow starters in the last 3 games that I've watched from them. So I need to see them get a good start for themselves, build up some confidence, and start to get rolling in this series, or I'm a little bit worried that it's going to fall by the wayside.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one as well. With the pistol round not as decisive, though, you know, you kind of want to see a little bit more from them, especially when there's going to be a bit of potency in the server plausible for Kimmy Kittens at the moment. Outlaw, a couple of upgraded pistols here, dodging some of the early utility as well. You want to not see Sayu overstep.
No, he's got light armor. The Breach is the one with full armor here, so a Drone King doesn't have to worry as much. Drone comes out and sees that there is some kind of rifle in Vera's hands. Nakia's found Jar on the lurk inside the garage in the meanwhile. So Kimmy Kitten's a bit more of a one-dimensional approach to try to crack open this A site.
Gonna think better of that one. But with no Cypher utility surrounding this A side, actually, there might be a way that you do start to get in towards this side. A good fault line on towards Dren King, but can the pistols get the trades? They certainly can. Sayu down for the count, but it's an immediate aggression from Chud squandered. This is where things become a little bit problematic.
Nice open plan for ammo. Wayne continuing to deliver here in these XVX situations. A lot of breach util going to make it quite hard to retake in through CT. You do have a paranoia there as well. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Aftershock, flashpoint, paranoia, refresh on the dark cover. Going to be impossible to get back in here for Alter Ego, and Crazy Guy just continuing to harass them with the Outlaw and the shocks. That is an upset on the pistol, courtesy of an Outlaw purchase from Wayne, handed over to Vera. But realistically, it was the fault line timing from Styron taken advantage of. And then a really lovely follow-up for Kimmy Kittens. Like, they start that round in a man disadvantage, losing Jar for free on the lurk, and then make it look easy for that.
A bit of early aggression from Chud on towards a potential retake as well, right? Losing his life a little bit over-ambitious, giving them advantages. There's some good damage at the end of that, actually, from Nakia to get closer towards the Blade Storm. But ultimately, that was their round that they should have been winning, right? You get the pistol round, you should be doubling down on towards those second rounds. So just a couple of consolation frags at the end of the day. Now you're back to the drawing board as Alter Ego.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of damage control, really. Like, the damage has already been done, but him taking 2 extra rifles and forcing the reinvestment from the attackers is still going to be a positive thing for the team. Just really wish you wouldn't have lost against the Eco at the end of the day, but can't take that back. Dart dealt with. Kimmy Kitten's playing that grass side of things. Yeah, walking all the way up. Trip does not get broken, and here's the drone reclear that's going to push him off the line.
Exchange of utilities here. Stalling out over the wards top of C as well. You've actually got 3 members here now from Alter Ego, so you've got to be quite careful if you are the Kimmy Kittens wanting to bully your way in through towards this one, which fault line timing will stop them from doing just now. Vera is within an inch of his life as well.
Oh, Nakia pushed all the way through A lobby. He's got them pinned in on the flank, punishing Crazy Guy for coming back here, but they know that that's A site completely open for the taking on the side of Kimmy Kittens. Wrapping into window now. Jar almost loses his life to the classic, but he's able to put the pieces together. And Kimmy Kittens, after denying that info line, they're going to try to wrap back towards C. This can be heard by Chud.
If they make
it can,
noise,
but
though.
they're still stacking A.
Yeah, there's a gun down in the window for him, and unfortunately, Jar not going to be watching.
left.
That's the Vandal, right? That Jar has just dropped there. So Chud will pick that one up. He doesn't have any armor to back this one here, but they do have a player advantage. 20 seconds to go. That means it's a 2 versus 4 when they elect to start to plant this one down. And with Vera being so low as well, they're just going to flood in towards sight at the moment, but they make mincemeat of them. That is a stellar recovery from Kimmy Kittens. Chud, though, 1 versus 2 now after finding Vera. This is a workable scenario if he can find both of them in a one-on-one 2 times over. Spotting out one at default. Styron misses the fault line. That is a bloody shot from Chud. This is why you cannot give him individual fights.
Do not peek Chud. He's absolutely thrilled with that one. Thrifty win in response. Not even, I won't even say from Alter Ego. That's just from Chud. Thanks, mate. Really brings them back into this game. You can see Alter Ego trying to force the issue straight out spawn side, punish for that heavily. And Should didn't get involved in the action when this flood came in.
Planted.
Kimmy Kittens all play spawn side together, despite the fact that you saw the Dart, Paranoia, Fault Line all invested on the retake. They didn't have any impact. It wasn't the utility that wins the day there. It's raw mechanics from another cracked Southeast Asian aimer.
I mean, I understand wanting to go for the swing together as two, but it's also like time's on your side. He has to go for the defuse. Little hand will be spotted out though at the moment as well, so Gotten can communicate that nice and early towards the squad. There is a forward sight trip available that Vera will get stuck in. Chud not able to capitalize on that until the stun fades away, but he's getting more kills around the site yet again. Throws his hat into the ring, looking for a third. He's on for a bloody ace at the moment if he swings on out in towards this one. They're not even looking at the back of the site for him. There's 4. The 5th as well. It just eludes him at the end. Crazy guy though. Maybe there's an opportunity now for him to get a little bit spicy in the mix in this 1 versus 2.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolute clown fiesta if you see Ecos go the way of the opposing team round after round after round, but it is a very winnable one for Crazy Guy. Chance for him to show his veterancy and show his experience here. Clearing out spawn side, being given a lot of space by Alter Ego, both in attackers, spawn, and over on backside B. Sayu just playing hands off the keyboard right now as Crazy Guy continues to explore spawn. He's going to start wrapping towards A, but that can all be heard by Sayu. Repositioning over onto A link side, wants to try to cut him off before he can even make it into the site, and that's perfect positioning from the Indonesian Sova.
Yes, Alter Ego. They'll start to bring a little bit of stability towards their defensive side as well here. Did like the adjustment from Chud's traps over towards the C site too, and no overextensions from the team. Do have a Hunter's Fury thrown into the mix too, so you'll kind of just accept that that doesn't get too much in towards the rounds. Now we'll get another gun one.
Yeah, another gun round. Got the breach ult almost up. Hunter's Fury is there for Sayu. Darted towards garage. It's going to be a quick C-split. It's looking like for Kimmy's Kittens, or at a minimum just garage control off the bat to try to apply some pressure. Does pull that rotation off of the A site. Knives pulled for Nakia as he looks to get a bit more active. Looked like Kimmy's Kittens were waiting for a garage reclear for Alter Ego, but it never came, so they look to continue to extend their control, breaking the cam, dodging the fault line that they were waiting quite a while for, and they are actually just going to kick off the C-split.
Yeah, here we go. Nakia might actually jump out of that smoke, but luckily they did end up clearing Chud over at the logs. Nakia will try and equalize with 2 over those blades, but with a player advantage now for the Kimmy Kittens, they can start to establish a plan. Drinking is low. Sayu is on a little bit of a marathon to get back over towards this site as well, and it already looks like the Kimmy Kittens can just really set up for a good little post plant now. There goes the drinking, and for Sayu, I mean, I believe he was already heard over towards spawn side there, right? The dart will just secure that one, so you definitely are playing post here. You can refresh a one-way, you can throw in a fault line eventually. You've got flashes, you've got an aftershock. Yeah, it becomes a little bit too difficult for Sayu here.
It's a nicely read round for Kimmy Kittens. You could tell they were waiting for that reactive utility off the back of a cam, or for the garage reclear to come in after they initially went for that garage shove. So very aware of what Alter Ego can do in response to their attacking side default over towards garage. But after nothing really elapses, and after they've successfully cleared the cam and baited out the fault line, they just use garage as a bit of a springboard to kick off that C-split, and that's where you just get Crazy Guy involved in the mid-round, and he comes up with the goods. There were so many different points where this round could fall apart, but Crazy Guy not only kills the Cypher before any trip or cage can be activated, he clears the Omen that goes unchecked on logs, and also kills the Jet that floods into the side and gets a 2k. So really winning Kimmy Kittens the round there, coming in the middle of the pack.
See what Sayu's going to be able to do with the Vandal, or maybe what the Sheriffs are going to be able to do. I think that was something like 4 connected shots on towards Vera there.
Yeah, it's Gotten's first kill. A lobby control being established for Alter Ego, and you've got Chud all the way down C long, so big control on the extremities, giving up the middle of the map, and Kimmy Kittens will oblige and take that control off of them.
Well, does look like the Kittens want to go a little bit faster in towards this B side on the back of that pop as well, if possible. But Sayu will get one on towards Wayne. Meanwhile, Jar throwing that hat in will secure all the information, and they can just pivot straight in towards the C side.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder's there for Styron. Doesn't want to have to use it, but this round is starting to get a little bit testy. Should good positioning. Creeping out front side of C. Tries to dodge in front of the fault line and is punished accordingly. Nice open plant for Styron on towards C long now. And where will Kimmy Kittens play this after plant from? They are making their way towards long.
Styron does have all this utility as well, so if he can win this duel, which he's just been spotted out on, he would have all that util to be able to play with. He's just trying to contain this one, buy some time for the team to get in towards the side itself. This is where you have to make a decision as Styron get out of this now. Players on the side itself as well will take out Jar. Styron, he has to use the Rolling Thunder now in this 1 versus 2. Nakia already on the half defuse as well. Does he have a Cloud Burst? He doesn't. But there's 2 members to swing off against right now on towards the defuse. That is good flashpoint. Actually, he's on it. It's not even planted. He planted it. There's a gap in that. Unfortunate.
All the way on the left side. They defuse it on the hard left. He can't quite get on a close enough angle. You're right. That is the difference between where you're looking. In the plant. I mean, we don't see it in the replay there, but he plants to the right. And unfortunately, as you mentioned, just can't see the spike defuse from where he's sitting. Got to give credit for Alter Ego. Beautiful shots again on the Sheriff being hit by Nakia, exactly like yesterday, as well as great utility from a Dren King, just harassing Styron, making his life impossible to try to peek onto the spike while the Jet holds it down.
Bit of a silent one from Vera so far. One away from the overdrive, so I wouldn't mind seeing him get activated for Kimmy Kitten's depth in towards this map as well. So far for Alter Ego, though. You know, everybody kind of doing what they need to in the utility mark too, by the way.
Jones exchange at 8. Kimmy Kittens look to shove their way through the middle of the map, but a Dren King punishing. Vera having a rough time of things. Kimmy's Kittens will have to get things done without him. Stacking inside of the dark cover. A Dren King is still on his lonesome here. There's the progression smoke, the breach stepping inside of it.
Well, gotten a fine jar, so things go from bad to worse for Kimmy Kittens in this buy round. First smoke starts to fade front of B. Eventually, this second one will, and a Dren King is just going to respect that. You don't want to overstay your hands here. Set up some utility, actually, for himself, too. It's gorgeous flash. All of the bullets are going to echo out. This might even turn into a flawless round the way that Alter Ego are playing this one. Not even seeing their opponents in a couple of these duels, by the way. Now, just onto Styron.
30 seconds left.
With 30 seconds to go. An early disconnect. Got to save.
Beautiful util combo in the mid round there for Alter Ego. That is really the difference between tier 1 teams and challenge, like these top challengers teams that, you know, can contest for Ascension, for example, and, you know, the semi-pro players, the ranked players, things like that. Just the small detail of the, you know, signature abilities coming off cooldown, the fault line, and the recon bolt combo together allows you to get a ping front B and makes it harder to shoot the dart. You know, these small little util combos that you can kind of, what's the word? I guess like improvise to some extent.
Yeah.
When you're a top player.
Follow on the fly.
Really, really nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Timeout for the Kimmy Kittens, though, here, Pilski. Just that one gun to be prevalent in this next round.
I mean, this game going very much the same way that Haven went the last time in the upper bracket. Kimmy Kittens have picked it. They picked it in the best of 3. They've picked it in the best of 5. And looking at how that went, I mean, like I said, it was on the attacking side for Alter Ego that they were kind of dominating, but they were up, what was it, 10-2 in the first half, and at one point 10-1 over Kimmy Kittens. So once again, starting to run away with this game. It's been a bit of a messy affair. Alter Ego winning the pistol. We had Thrifty's exchanged between both teams, but for the most part, Alter Ego still looking like the better team on this map.
Yeah, and if this map does go Alter Ego's way, by the way, it will be the 4th map in the series guaranteed, which will be Bind. So the destructive map that came out from the Kimmy Kittens yesterday will be here.
Yeah, it was left over as the 3rd map in their upper bracket series as well, so they've shown a willingness to play that. Particularly over Fracture or Lotus. That was the 2nd bans for both of these teams. Garage Take seems to be the name of the game for Kimmy Kittens. Time and time again. This is the same garage shove that we've seen already. Do you have the overdrive there for Vera? He's sent in with the Phantom. I wouldn't be surprised to see that juggled over to Styron, perhaps, if he's going to pop that overdrive at some point.
Tailwind expires actually for Nakia. You've seen nothing cross over at a lobby, as Sayu's been just looking after that for time and time again. Drone eventually going to confirm some information. You do have that early cheated rotate from Gotten here as well. So there'll be a little bit of presence that they can contain this. It's a good returning drone from Sayu, but how much information is it actually going to find? Nothing towards lobby. I don't know that there's 4 members, now 5 in jar, following in pursuit.
It's going to give them a false sense of security. Last time Kimmy Kittens got up onto this A site, they converted the post plant relatively easily. Out comes the fault line, catches the Sova fully. Instant overdrive popped, and early entry coming in for Kimmy's Kittens. They've caught Alter Ego with their pants down there.
Oh, he can try and deny this plant. It's at the corner spot, but it does go down. Now you got a lot of utility still for this retake as Alter Ego. I'm keen to see what a Dren King can do here to set up the squad as the From the Shadows goes in from Wayne to reposition. He's actually going to cancel that one very deep in towards the spawn. Time bought by the Aftershock. A great Hunter's Fury right now. Look at that. Oh, baby, a double, not a triple, but that probably is going to be a triple on the round as Kimmy Kittens will now convert that to 3.
Yeah. Still get bummed to get the camera. I mean, Shud's got his. Picked it up a little bit earlier on. And that is a half buy going the way of Kimmy Kittens off the back of an excellent read. Garage shove into a re-clear. They dodge the defense drone. Catch this over completely out in the open. Fault line and zapped down by the laser beam. Kimmy Kittens win themselves a thrifty with 4 guns up. And post-tack timeout, that is an excellent conversion that completely changes the course of this game.
Yeah, but a lot of ultimates invested for Kimmy Kittens at the back of that too, right? And you just look at the turnaround for Alter Ego. The most away that you've got a player on is 3, and that's Nakia's Bladestorm. So you've already got, you know, 2 really impactful ults and that Hunter's Fury, that Rolling Thunder available soon. Chud as well. He's been sensational to rinse and repeat these neural thefts.
TP down mid with the fault line to window. Cam is going to spot it out though. Jar has been defaulting towards C long and throwing that jump cam every single time. Kimmy Kittens going for the A side default. Same patterns in reverse. They take A early on, drone re-clear middle. Vera spotted out in towards sewers. The rest of Kimmy Kittens creeping up long, prepping themselves for this execute, but this time Sayu's got help.
Flashpoint in. So not a lot of utility at the moment now for a Dren King to assist deeper down. If they do want to do this. Big lean towards the A site, mind you. So it's not the worst idea for Kimmy Kittens to leave. If they do so, though, and they waltz in towards the C trap, that could be a way in which Chud buys enough time for the team to get over. Gotten has that ult.
Yeah, he's got a TP over, though. Chud is by himself. Out comes the shock. Does clear one of the trips there, but the other one does catch the Neon. Unfortunately, Chud completely scanned out, stunned up, stuck in the backside of the site. He's going to get Paranoia aftershocked and running into the smoke. He is punished. Nakia trying to force his way out of the smoke in towards spawn side, but he's not able to. Kimmy Kittens get boots down on the site with a man advantage for only a second.
Well, Wayne gets dispatched of. I'm surprised over at that A side of the map, Dren King or Sayo didn't get closer towards their ults and picking up that orb. But there's an opportunity for Sayo if he can potentially get one. It's just a little bit difficult now because the time is starting to fall away. Nakia on towards Crazy Guy. The lurk eventually from Dren King working wonders as well. So he starts to piece this together little by little. Great shot out from Vera. Technically on for an ace at the moment. He's got 3 on the board. Shut down for the final 2. And now it's all on to Styron. Can he convert a plant this time? He's got it in a different location. He gets them off the defuse, but already halved. There's enough time. And, I mean, there would have still been enough, even if it wasn't half.
Yeah, immediate reply for Alter Ego. Able to retain that operator. Didn't even have to burn any of those ults. They just win the game with superior rotations and good macro play there. Despite the fact that Chud goes down for free, and it's a pretty good mid to late round call for Kimmy's Kittens to be able to pivot back towards that C site. I mean, they got themselves in the position that they would have wanted, but Alter Ego complete the retake nonetheless.
Little backwards and forwards affair on these rounds. 2 for the defenders, 1 for the attackers. So following in that mark, this round would go towards Alter Ego.
Slower creep towards A main. Nakia's on the line. Flashpoint pushes him off. Barely able to get out of there alive. Has to burn both the updraft and the tailwind just to survive. And Sayu will fall back into the site with him.
It's more. A little bit risky going for that repeak, but it would have been a great reward if he was able to find a kill.
Drenko suicide. That may appear to the attackers that the op is going to get posted up there. You're often drone re-clearing to put the op back on the line, and that's exactly what happens, but they still contact into it. That's a bit of a mistake from the attackers that loses them the opening pick.
And there's already, 3 players still towards this A site. Secured information of 3 players from that ultimate of Gotten. So that's really heads up plays from them.
Oh,
Rolling
no!
Thunder in. Immediate return. This could be a bit of a salvation round for the Kimmy Kittens as they start to stroll in towards this site. Sayo can't get anything done. A player advantage for the Kittens as they look to get the plant. But Gotten wants to get in front of it. Gets squashed by Wayne. And now it's all on to Chud. A Guardian in hand. 1 away from the neural theft as well, but yeah, there's just no way you're really getting in towards this one, although baiting out some footsteps. See if you can try and find somebody caught unawares.
Yeah, I mean, there's a trip on spawn
Yeah.
side. Like, there's just no way he's getting out here. 2-man contact, high-low over the top of the trip with Jar swinging from sewers. So Kimmy's Kittens, that's another A after plant conversion. I think they've won the majority of their rounds, at least 3 out of 4 of them on this A side of the map. And Alter Ego, unfortunately, that's a bit of an overcook from a Dren King. He rolling thunders his own jet into sewers and gets him killed. Jar just swinging off the back of that. So you started off with an op getting the pick in towards sewers. You deny the entry back into the site, but unfortunately, all the kills still go the way of Kimmy Kittens. Like, this is the exact moment where you had the advantage, and then look at that. Defensive Rolling Thunder, unfortunately, pushes the jet into the opposing Cypher. It looked like Vera did hit a 1-tap through the full stun there as well on backside, so that might have been a little bit unlucky in that side of things, but at least on the sewers thing, it was very unfortunate for the defense there.
What's this?
Well, possible, 7-5, 6-6, 8-4 if Alter Ego are able to pill for this round here, because it's going to be a fast one over towards this C site, and and the blades are here, one of which dispatched, but that blade sword still available for Nakia. Got to try and get out of dodge. He will luckily do so with 18 HP.
Yeah, it goes 1 for 1 early on. Kiwi Kittens dotting the I's, crossing the T's, juggling the gun away, making sure that the defense can't have an extra rifle here. Jump Sport confirms that there's still presence in towards C. Jar is exploring elsewhere. He's got an Omen and a Sova to contend with over at Sewers. Don't want to be donating a free rifle here. He's heard that smoke though. That was very close from the Omen, so he's ready for him. But he's not ready for Sayu.
Good one out by Wayne though here. Nakia down, talking about a way in which Alter Ego could get into that round. It would have been potential gun from Chud or Nakia's blades over at that C site. They're both gone now, and a Dren King. I mean, you got to be able to do something here. Fault line in.
30 seconds left.
Guardian as well to follow. You'll be revealing your position, and then it's just a guess on where Sayu will be coming from. 20 seconds to go. The spike not planted yet either. There's Sayu. Comes on in, being watched by Crazy Guy. Nice shot from him, and then they can all start to fold on the Dren King if they want to. They just need to be careful, because if they lose another 1 versus 3 to an Alter Ego member, that would be quite devastating.
Yeah, a bit disjointed of the peaks together there for Kimmy Kittens. Bit of miscommunication. Dart up onto the site. There's a default plant. Crazy Guy's made it across towards Cubby. Wayne walking out towards spawn side, hears all of the footsteps, knows he doesn't have to overplay this one. Paranoia revealing his position and pushing a Dren King straight into Crazy Guy. A 5th round for Kimmy Kittens. A very close first half here in comparison to the 10-2 stomp that you got from Alter Ego on their attacking side. But given the fact that they haven't even played their attacking side yet, they might be happy with how this half has gone.
Yeah, potentially so. I'll have to wait and see on the next half, of course, but with this little light investment in towards the round, you'll get the full one coming in towards the next. Even stretch Nakia on towards the operator. Meanwhile, flip it on over. Vera also has an operator to play with.
Yeah, that'll slow down the attackers quite substantially. Have to play a game where they look for opening picks. Shots thrown towards frontside B. The trip is invested over at the A side this time. Drone to garage this time. Smoke onto the window. Hunter's Fury in response, looking for the Sova droning outside of garage, but it's a misread from Sayu. Doesn't get a single tag with it.
Do have the operator at the right spot, though, if you want to stall a bit of a C split, or at least hamper it.
Kimmy Kittens again. Walking their way back towards A. It's the same kind of patterns from them that you see from a lot of teams. Garage control into A re-clear. A default into garage shove, something like that. They're back towards A again here in the mid to late round. Double trips over on C long here for Chud. That's been the entry pathing for Vera every single time here. And the op's been juggled to Crazy Guy.
I still see those two traps here at the front of A long as well. So this could get a little bit worrisome for Kimmy Kittens as they start to explode in towards this. And that's exactly why it's Vera again in towards the trap. And now still trying to just scale on up. And this one, that was a needed duel to be won from Jar. They're starting to really get shut down. And there's no time to really play with left on that clock. A double swing out will bring it within one. Again, you have to go for the plans. Another double swing. Okay, Ferrari peak. They're starting to do it. Sayu's low, remember. And now they know that Nakia is playing over towards Spawn with an operator. There's a Rolling Thunder for Styron. You definitely want to try and use this one here to buy a little bit of crucial time. Get Crazy Guy set up as Sayu, 5 HP. They're not looking for him. He reveals himself early. How have they won that? How have they got that back?
All right, Alter Ego back onto the attacking side that they had such a good run on in the upper bracket, but that half wouldn't have ended the way that they would have wanted Dion. It's a good streak for Kimmy Kittens to give them some much needed momentum here on Haven.
Yeah, well, you do mention, you know, the 10-2 is something not to forget for Alter Ego. Pretty destructive on this attacker's side on this map.
A lobby the point of contest. Jiggles from Crazy Guy. A couple of kill trips in the backside of the A site. Fault line going to force him off the line.
Yeah, but you start to scale on up little by little as Alter Ego with a silent approach. Dart down towards sewers as well. False sense that it won't scan anyone.
Push in the mid round here for Kimmy Kittens. Clearing all of that C info. Retake position now for Crazy Guy. Looking for spams off of the kill trips. One of them already cleared, but he's going to spam one through the smoke regardless.
Ooh, a little bit of chip damage on that shock dart would be nice. And Gotten is taken down to half HP. Big flank to come now from the Kimmy Kittens. But with that spike planted, there's an opportunity now for Alter Ego to start to stretch on out. They themselves are going to go for a little bit of an illustrious flank. Wrapping around Heaven is not something that you see all too often for an attacking team. When you get a plant like this, Wayne is going to be in for one on the trade and a drop on through. Vera, luckily enough to find that one. I thought he was missing an audio cue or something at that drop.
I mean, Alter Ego, they flipped the map so nicely there. I really love that in the post plant, but there's just too many whiffs in that round. So many key whiffs where you needed an Alter Ego player to win that duel, and Kimmy Kittens take full advantage of it. 7-6 now. Looking to change the narrative from the upper bracket game these two teams played on Haven. They have taken the lead. Picking up that defensive side of pistol, and now they've got an Alter Ego on their hands. An Alter Ego and anti-eco.
Well, for Alter Ego, I like the initiative as you know, kind of talking about. But maybe it might be time to just drop down to a little bit more of the fundamentals. This is a map that, you know, you've already shown that you're quite strong on in just playing it normally. Good shot. Crazy Guy. No ace. Would have been nice. Would have been nice.
Yeah. Gotten. Last one to go down. It's an easy spray down for Kimmy Kittens. Not really losing too much of anything. Bulldog will be recovered, so Spectre and a set of armor are the only losses for Kimmy Kittens there. But given the fact that you've got the Hunter's Fury already online for Crazy Guy now. Farmed all 4 of the kills plus an extra ult orb from dying there after getting 2 orbs in the pistol round. So this is a very early Sova ult timing you wouldn't normally have in this bonus round.
Yes, this should do.
Yeah, it's an important bonus round for Alter Ego as well. Can't understate that one at the moment. Couple of light shields in towards the mix. But I do like this space that the Kimmy Kitten's already finding over towards A. You'll leave Vera there. You'll go for a bit of a rotation. You are stacked up a little bit as well over to that C site with the informational util in garage. So if you are talking about pathing the map at the moment for Alter Ego, the B site is the quote-unquote correct site with the least resistance at the moment. And they will get in there for a quick little plant.
Ooh, Aftershock doesn't quite clear Gotten. He's able to get the plant down in time. Chud goes down to Jar, though, donating him a rifle. Vera wrapping around from flank side. Trips are down as Chud has bit the dust. So a lot of pressure over on defense spawn side. Alter Ego aggressing into garage window, but they've lost Gotten on the flank.
Well, this is starting to become a little bit more problematic for Alter Ego in that it's not exactly planted for them. But that is a good shot. Dart on in, a good trade out. But Vera, someone who was silent at the beginning of this map, has started to awaken. And that is the bonus round now converted for the Kimmy Kittens.
Yeah, without even really needing to burn the Soverall. So on a roll on defense now. Alter Ego, their attack side a lot less bite than they had in that upper bracket game. Really good movements across the map. Jar inside of his own cage there, I think, on C-Long. Wins the heads-up duel with the Cypher of Chud. And that's what allows Vera, after taking that A-lobby control early on in the round over on the side of Kimmy Kittens, to go for such a quick flank onto window. It's just a bit of a perfect storm. Winning duels on both extremities and then crunching the middle of the map. Alter Ego just could not deal with that despite having the better guns and a pretty easy B-side afterplant.
And you got to stop any momentum in its tracks, dead in its tracks right now if you are Alter Ego as well, right? So calling in this timeout at the moment, you can't afford for Kimmy Kittens to be able to find anything here, albeit take this map, because then your, you know, supposed map pick that you are expecting to get out a win here, maybe even pretty cleanly, doesn't go your way. 2-0 down, fracture around the bend. That's where I start to really think that, you know, this could be a Kimmy Kittens 3-0.
I think so. I feel like they really are the form team in these last couple of maps. They've rode the momentum of winning that series against C11. Whereas Alter Ego have unfortunately taken a pretty big L to Full Sense. The two different trajectories of these teams into this series is really continuing. So what Alter Ego have come up with once again, taking attack timeout into a half buy, of which they win more often than you would expect.
Well, the Hunter's Fury goes on in. Vera not able to quite navigate the remainder of that spray and does get pinged out by the dart at the end to be felled. But don't forget, there was 2 Hunter's Fury connections in the mix from Crazy Guy, now netting his 3rd kill as well. He's gone a little bit nuclear here, but a gun given over towards Nakia does actually spice things up as well. Looking for more. And starts to go down. Jar will be able to find that kill, and now it's all into a Dren King with a single Harry Potter. And unfortunately, no magic here for him today.
3 guns kept up for Kimmy Kittens. Hunter's Fury forced out from Crazy Guy, but he puts it to good use. Don't even mind seeing that used against the half buy, given that I feel like Alter Ego win just as many half buys as they win going into their gun rounds. Kind of the round that you might be more concerned about most of the time. Blade Storms come online here for Alter Ego. There was potential here in moments on this A fight, but just lost too much to the Hunter's Fury to really get things rolling. Overdrive's there for Vera. He loves to play Flood heavy on the Neon with this ultimate. He was a bit of a terror on Lotus. Would expect nothing less, especially given the fact that he's picked up an op. Crazy Guy, okay, has brought himself a card at the last minute. Deciding whether he wants an Omen or not. Quick A set play. It's actually a TP onto the spawn box.
Oh!
Crazy Guy spots it out, but he didn't have the gun out, and the Odin really backfires in that case, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous for Alter Ego. If you lost this round, you potentially could have said see you later to the map. It was just that one kill. They set themselves up really nicely in amongst the site. They've even got that flank still covered by the trap. Vera just gets shut down before he can even begin anything. I wouldn't be surprised if you just kind of just decide to go for a save. I know that they've got a lot of credits here, but there's no ults. There's not too much utility that you can do successfully to get in, especially when you've also got Jar noted on the flank. You kind of do just have to do a damage exit control now.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to keep Alter Ego pinned back into the side. Dark goes forward. Swing out into Wayne. Going to take one with him now. Exiting towards spawn side. Both Jar and Styron playing together. Fault line onto the sewers line. Jar posted up. Alter Ego going to peek out with their own fault line here, but neither one of these teams wants to donate extra guns. On top of the box is Chud. Goes 1 for 1. Styron going to punish the trade attempt from Nakia. So 3 guns lost on both sides. But Alter Ego, it's a beautiful set play with the Omen TP. Especially without a Heaven Smoke, you're expecting the Omen TP into Heaven. Crazy Guy running with his knife out. Gets caught completely off guard. So credit to Alter Ego. Nice little cheeky round. Gets them a much needed attacking side round there first. But they're going to need some meat to follow up on that. You know, that was just kind of the entree, the appetizer, really.
Scary thing when you hear that Odin sing, but it's just that. An Odin at the A site. No one else home to assist.
Yeah, Crazy Guy playing with a lot of bravado on an angle like this. On the
Oh,
off
no
angle,
way.
what a massive lineup!
A dry
3K
peek.
from him. Yeah, I mean, it's just an off angle that they don't check properly. Not being switched on enough. Not expecting the Odin on that line. The operator deals with Chud on the garage lurk, and that really feels like that's the nail in the coffin here for Alter Ego. Chud and Adren King are both broke. That's going to be an economy resetting round, and 11th surely for Kimmy's Kittens.
Revealing area.
Well, Zayu, what you got for us? 1 versus 5. Don't know if I ever heard of the story. Zayu found that one.
Alright, not with,
That's awkward.
not with that spray. 5 alive.
Gotta go.
This money's out of control for Kimmy Kittens. Gonna have to take a heroic half buy. And that is just, you can see, look at exactly how they peaked that. It's a double peak on the left side. They're expecting someone on top of the box, a high-low, or someone on the left side playing, you know, straight under the double stack. They are not expecting the Odin on the off angle. Off angle plays such a huge thing in multiple different versions of attack FPS, but you can see just how strong it is when even an Odin can mop up 3 players before anyone can respond. That is the power of a good off angle.
Absolutely. And again, it's one of these scenarios for Alter Ego where it's timeout, it's not really a buy, and then it might be, you know, run a gauntlet here.
They do have a couple of tools here that could help them out. The blades in particular on Nakia, who's usually pretty huge in these half-buy rounds for Alter Ego. But this is where there's a lot of pressure. Like, they need to cause a little bit of an upset here. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to win 5 in a row the way that this series is going. They're just not looking switched on enough in this lower bracket final. Neural Theft is there. Could help them read the rotations in the mid-round if they're able to find a pick. But this is not looking that promising.
They are slanting to the correct side of the map if you want to spin a silver lining on this one. So if they can find the space and a quick plant, yeah, there's no massive ultimates for Kimmy Kittens to throw into the mix to get a quick retake in. So you might actually see the plant respected here.
Full mid control here for Kimmy Kittens. They're going to take the most of the map. Flank from Chud. This goes into a super late round situation, then that could end up being very impactful. Big pick from Nakia. He's once again the hero for Alter Ego. A 3K with the blades, right when it's needed.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely pivotal when Alter Ego needed it the most. And now you've still got that flank from Chud available. You technically could argue that there is one from Wayne, but that's being looked after by the Bulldog of Gotten, who will get a couple of bullets in towards it. Still trying to creep on up, though. A fault line into the mix. It's just a trade at the end of the day. And the Sheriff of Chud with 1 HP to survive. Alter Ego have given themselves a lifeline.
I mean, I would never be taking tack timeouts going into half buys as a coach, but I don't know what it is about Alter Ego. They take a tack timeout going into every half buy. You need your round-to-round planning to be on point because you're expecting things to turn around usually on the gun round, but with the amount of thrifties that they're winning, I don't know. I'm starting to become a bit of a believer. Might have changed my mind on the topic a little. Entirely. But Alter Ego, I mean, they avoid map point They pick up a much needed round here, and they're going to once again just hammer it home on the C site.
Yeah, paranoia from Wayne, going to be dodged. Nakia up and above from that one in towards the dark cover. No, toying with it. This has actually gotten enough time now for Kimmy Kittens to all get over towards the site.
Whoa.
What is that push through the smoke? A great timing on the back of a flashpoint, and there is nothing that the Kimmy Kittens can do in this round. Vera still over on the other side of the map with an operator, and yeah, that just has to be saved.
They just evaporated. Like, for 1 second, there was a site defense, and then 3 players die in a blink of an eye. Like you said, off the back of a beautiful flashpoint from a Dren King. Vera trying to hold on to the operator. And Alter Ego. This is super impressive stuff. They've had some really touch-and-go rounds. Some rounds that maybe haven't gone their way that definitely could have. That 12th round at the end of the first half definitely comes to mind. The pistol round where they push into spawn side with man advantage and with a bunch of pistol rounds. At an 11-9 scoreline, you're really thinking about rounds like that. That definitely could have been the difference if this was to go the way of Kimmy's Kittens. But this is where the resilience is starting to show after the timeout, and I'm thinking more and more about how good their attacking side was in that upper bracket game.
Yeah, that's it, right? Like, if a round such as that from Alter Ego was materialized earlier on in this half and it followed through with that, we would be seeing a much different story in this map at the moment. There's still a very real chance that Alter Ego win this gun round. You're pushing Kimmy Kittens down onto a bit of a half buy, and then you're kind of considering, well, is it going to be 13-11? Are we going to get an overtime potentially in the mix?
Cypher's been moved over to C. Big flood on the cards here. Already 4 players for the defense with the Neon on the operator line towards A. Alter Ego not pulling the trigger on this one. Crazy Guy harassing them with the Odin. Not really connecting on too much of anything. Both the cam and the trip broke by the shockies. Chud now activates. Cage popped and he's going to cross onto Suicide.
They actually broke the camera with a normal bullet, but just having the shock dart go in there after it as well to secure it just in case. They didn't know that they broke it with a bullet, but yeah, just something I caught there.
All right, well, here's the grass retake for Alter Ego. Going to apply some pressure to this C site to try to open up rotations elsewhere. Chud's been dropped off in sewers. There's the dash into the site from Nakia. Hunter's Fury pulled as well from the attacking side. He gets absolutely nothing done there. Neural Theft popped now. And over on the A side of the map, Chud has come up with the goods. The big pivot for Alter Ego. Kimmy's Kittens caught completely out of position.
Yeah, it's free real estate. That's what it is. Styron is one away from the Rolling Thunder. Would have absolutely loved it in a situation like this. As the shock darts do echo in, Gotten finds Crazy Guy. So Alter Ego, they start to set themselves up nicely for double digits on that scoreboard. And just look already, the Kimmy Kittens members, they're turning around. They're heading for the hills. It's going to be a save call here.
What a beautifully constructed round from Alter Ego. They donate the jet on towards that C site and create so much pressure with the jet and the Hunter's Fury. You've got an angry Russian man yelling across the entire map, and you're panic rotating towards the C site, and that's where Chud. You saw him set it up just with the little cage cross over towards Suicide. Get the rest of Alter Ego joining up with him after he finds that pick on towards the Neon on the op line, and from there the rest is history.
Little by little, Alter Ego knocking on the doors of the Kimmy Kittens.
Thanks.
And again, it's these little macro plays on some timings that they're starting to get in. Some good flooding pieces of utility on towards that C site. I mean, we highlight what? A Dren King's flash to pop through the dark cover over C earlier. And this time, you got the tailwind dash in from Nakia that does get traded. But when that neural theft goes, Vera gets traded, and then you're in towards the A site. So with these sort of rounds, you're probably going to start to see Kimmy Kittens try to sacrifice some players to get a little bit of space, and that's what they're doing over at this A site, immediately sending Vera far deep, but they've relinquished control of Garage, presumably to C.
This really looks like the Lotus C execute, to be honest. Oma TPing in towards spawn side and then following up with Paranoia. Updraft dash in towards the window, but Jar is holding on to the back of side beautifully. Man advantage for only a second. Kimmy Kitten's trying to flood in to protect the Cypher, but he's already dead.
Free from spawn. Drone goes in. Drenking has the Rolling Thunder as well. It's a reveal on our Chud. An absolute shot on towards Vera. Crazy Guy felled as well. And of course, they know where Styron is. Unless he can pull out a 1 versus 3 here, he would need a very sharpie. He just needs to know that Drenking was on the off angle there. Wide swings, sees all 3, shut down. Alter Ego have made this comeback happen.
Yeah, and you're starting to see pressure on Kimmy Kitten's economy now. Vera, the operator purchases, have caught up with him. Running out of cash. Really nice couple of rounds for Alter Ego. Like, these are some different variations of executes that show that they've got a lot of depth here on Haven, right? Like, these are not super standard, you know, A execute rounds, C execute rounds. These are rounds with a lot of different layers to the strat. You get a nice little variation, 2 different variations of the Omen ult TP, which is kind of a ult that people aren't usually that creative with, especially on a map as played out as Haven. So credit to Alter Ego where it's due. In lobby control for Kimmy Kittens again. Cam in towards grass side.
Yeah, Alter Ego's just going to wait for it. By their count, they know that, of course, the Sova is here. They'll exchange it, and they see Vera as well trying to destroy that one. So there's 2 players that they know towards this A site. Vera tries to escape. Somehow, Crazy Guy gets away with that one as well by gifted timing of Nakia cloudbursting.
It should trying to cut the rotations in the middle of the map. Styron keeping him in check for now. The rotation back across from A lobby after denying the info to the defenders. Wayne's in garage, sitting there with a judge. So he's not really going to be doing much C site defending. Really, he's just trying to cut the lurker. Double kill trips inside of the site here on C, but no one's playing off of that. Jar is still over towards B right now.
Yeah, Alter Ego now going to get in towards the site. Some repositioning from Jar, however. So kill trips, he will be able to get 1. You call it some extra change on towards a Drenking, on towards Nakia in the mix as well. And with patience, they set themselves up for this potential 12th round. Rolling Thunder in. An eventual trade does come in towards Jar, but Crazy Guy on through. Should on the lurk. Needed to see something absolutely dastardly come out from him at the moment, because with the tap on towards the spike, they are baiting him in for this one. And finally, he will get felled. So the Kimmy Kittens, it's been a while between drinks, but they do get to the end.
Yeah, beautiful setup from them. The double kill trips, really impressive what I saw from Jar there. Just not really feeling the need to anchor C. It's been pretty mixed success from him. Going to join up in garage with Wayne, and then, like you said, the reposition on towards this kill trip was beautiful. Gets a lot of damage done, not only on the player that he did kill, and then the Rolling Thunder over on the retake is always such a great tool on defense side Haven to just kind of 100% your way through a round. The first round in 5 for Kimmy Kittens, and gives them a chance to close out this second map in regulation.
Fault line set up over towards A. Vera to go in as well, and it was stunned up on Gotten, so you've lost your smokes. I think you take that, you skedaddle, you park it, you pause it, you reset.
It's got to be a lot more contacty kind of play here now for Alter Ego. Execute's going to be fewer and far the between, harder to come by. Chud looking to try to, again, cut the rotations in the middle of the map. Activated in the late round last time. Joined up with Fire Drenkings. Drone reclears the defense A long. They've still got 3 players strong on A. Now I'm starting to rotate in, but that's a cracker of a shot from a Drenking to get them back into this round for a second. So many players peeking into A-League, but it's straight into a meat grinder. And there you go, Kimmy Kittens, despite a labored couple of rounds, do come through that game right at the end of things and secure themselves a second map in this best of 5.
Which map it was off the top of my head, but I thought this is what was going to come out. You know, it's kind of becoming a little bit more meta now as well, bringing in the Teho. I was a little bit surprised that Jar is actually still going on towards the Killjoy here as well. We're seeing some shifts in towards Vice, for example, the likes of what Chud is doing. But hey, we know that Jar is pretty proficient on the Killjoy, so I don't mind it.
I actually really have not been a fan of the Vice on this map. I don't think I've seen it be that impactful compared to Cypher KJ so far, but happy to see some more for it and see if it does end up being a little bit more impactful for Alter Ego. It's going to have to be. Starting off with a stealth drone over towards this side, and it is going to be a top side crunch from the defense here, Dion.
Oh, but they got to get out of this one quick. Chud, Gotten, getting one apiece. They've actually found ye old Splody boy.
Oh, bro,
in the
we're
spike.
straight back yesterday. This is a classic full sense strat. I've seen this one. Donating the spike to your opponents and then winning the round in the man disadvantage situation. This is straight out of the Thailand playbook.
I will say though, a drinking gotten and should, they're a little bit tagged on up. I thought that if there was some nice salvos positionings from Crazy Guy that they may have been able to figure it on out, but it'll just be some little orb farming at the moment.
There.
Sky Smokes keeps them back for the time being. Vera very well aware that this corner is a problem, and he's got the paint shells to deal with it as well. You feel like Chud is dead to rights here. It's really about whether a Dren King can throw out the fault line and double peek with Sayo to make a bit more of a difference. Chud going down to the paint shells despite the refresh of the Sky Smoke. He will get isolated and picked off, and over on the other side of the map,
I like this lane.
Jar's trying to make a bit of a play.
I like it. You can see
30
that Gotten
seconds
is
left.
toying with the idea that it's plausible as well right now. And,
Sorry, kid.
well, by the lick of the timing, he will be finding that one. The salvos go on in. The swings as well. They've managed to bring this one back. What did I say about the lower HP tagged on up there for Alter Ego?
Bro, straight out of the full sense playbook. I told you, like, just donate them the spike and then win the round anyway. Don't even worry about it, mate. How many salvos did we see cycled
3.
in that round? There was so many for Crazy Guy. Like, you had the start of round salvos, then a second set towards Dish, and then a third set to retake topside after. Like, this agent is ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know, you got to think about the Armageddon as well. If you're proficient in kills, plants, ult orbs here, it's one of the reasons why we changed up Gecko, for example, in the devlogs, just to see little eco kills come through. Well, hang on a second, hold. Never mind. Changing it up and hearing from the dev in the devlogs, you know, that Fracture wasn't coming back until they fixed the problem of a couple of these new agents coming in since Fracture's demise. How to manage those ults.
Smoke's down.
I know Sliggy was very happy as well that,
Down.
you know, Gecko was nerfed a little bit because that fish ult was something that he was not happy with.
Yeah. Also just, like, recycling all the Pokemon all the time. It's kind of partially an issue I have with the salvos right now. Using them to try to clear out the site here. 2 players trying to buy time for Alter Ego for the rotations to come in. The Teo's in another postcode, though. Sayu making his way on over. The double peek outside a tower does net a casualty.
One enemy remaining.
But it seems like Kimmy Kittens are cleaning it up regardless.
Yeah, it looks like there was a couple of moments in this round where the pistols could have got the job done. A couple of times it looks a little bit awkward for the Kimmy Kittens guys, but at the end of the day, Sayu, you would expect, should be mopped up here with just the classic salvos again for Crazy Guy. Just gonna drop on in to buy some time. So good management, all things considered, for the Kittens in this round. They'll be surviving with 3 guns, presumably, to go into the next round, which is the bonus. And Pilsy, I'll say, you know, Alter Ego, they've got to find as many rounds as they can on this defensive side. So already dropping the pistol in the second round, it hurts, but now is their time to really start to contribute to that scoreline.
I mean, yeah. I've just seen so many slow starts for Alter Ego that I'm already getting concerned, and I haven't even seen a gun round yet. So, look, we'll see. Vice can be really good for some re-aggressions, almost similar to Lotus. This is a push and pull map, so being able to pop out the arc rows and go for an aggression somewhere, or even like the setup here, you've got the shear across B stairs with the arc rows up top to help you peek out tower or something like that, or kick off the flood back through with the brim smoke on arcade. Flood out of Gen and Canteen could be a really strong play. 1-4 from Kimmy's Kittens, though. They look to contest A main, as do Alter Ego. Who will win it? Vera straight out in front, and Nakia straight through the stun is still able to find the opener.
Buy some time with some paint shells, gather the orb as well, one away from the showstopper. If he's somehow able to pick apart another kill, would certainly see a world in which he's just going to decide to rip that one here. But so far they are navigating it well. It is just this bonus, of course. They expect the lesser weaponry.
Yeah, the close corner goes unchecked. Vandals reigning supreme. A Dren King zoning Jar out of drop right now. The only player with a Vandal
Right there.
on hand has already gone down extremely low. Kimmy Kittens just consistently denied entry to A. Now back over towards this B side of the map. They're trying to farm up some orbs, but this is where the whole Vice setup is over here.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I like about these teams as well. If you recognize that you're losing these duels, try to maximize what you still can in a round. Gathering those ulti orbs on someone who's close is always going to be quite nice. Jar parked it for a while, was still being looked after to some degree. And now it's just Styron and Crazy Guy to see if they're going to be able to bring any damage in towards the round on another re-clear back over towards A main. Still held by Nakia, who technically is on 3 kills, right? So he could even somehow find the ace right now. Stun on through. There's his 4th. Let's see if he can get it. It'd be the first ace of the evening, I believe. But nope, shut down. Doing his best texture impression.
Yeah. Mr. 4K. Does get the showstopper online on a pretty early timing though, and Alter Ego cement control of their economy with 4 guns up. On the flip side of things though, Crazy Guy, after a phenomenal performance on Haven, has got another early ult timing. Round number 4, Armageddon ready to go. And we'll head into a pause for now. Sort out a couple of tech issues. Yeah, I've seen in Pacific a couple of cheeky set plays in one of these earlier rounds with the Armageddon. Particularly across tower. I think PRX did show us a 1-4 where they stealth droned through top side on towards arcade, and it was Armageddon across tower with double salvos up on site and then the rest of the team bursting through stairs side, and it worked at an absolute treat.
Well, what are we seeing? Ping issues as tech pauses lately, so it should be, you know, all sorted very soon for everybody watching.
Feeling pretty safe for Alter Ego here. Money's looking good. Showstoppers up and ready to go. Can help you deny map control, which is this whole matchup really. It's a mirror matchup. Whichever team executes a little better is usually going to come out on top. These are both these execution-based comps where the utility can really help you bully map controls. So for Kimmy Kittens, need to make sure they don't get caught by a lot of this util and, you know, shut out of A main. And if they are, taking space and map control elsewhere in response is absolutely key. Now that the timeout has finished, gonna see Kimmy Kittens go towards top side. There is a 3-man setup, and it does seem like the Alter Ego guys are preempting this. Raze is up in tower. Adren King ready with the fault line.
Let's see what Gotten can do. He's going to just decide to bail out of this one. Not bad.
Dear.
I was going to say not a bad day to do so. Crazy Guys found Nakia. That was a good fault line trap play on towards that kill. Disregard that we saw the paint shells miss. But for Adren King, mentioned that he had a bit of an abysmal performance in the last map. Good to see that he's getting activated nice and early in this one. Shut down though in an eventual trade. It's all down to Chud, and Jar is able to find that one from his late flank through the spawn side of the map. I'm back over towards the Kimmy Kittens now.
That was a little too easy. Like, that was a good setup for Alter Ego. Raised in tower with a showstopper. You can see the breach is literally holding a fault line, and the Brim makes contact jiggling the line, but they get absolutely decimated. Raze dies for free to just utility in towards tower side. The Brim gets nothing done after jiggling the contact, and none of the breach util gets thrown or lands. Like, they had the perfect setup to deal with that arcade creep and then just didn't do anything. I don't know what that was from Alter Ego.
Yeah, I've always seen one of these decisions as well from defensive sides on this map so far, that if you're playing against this composition and you see that Tehu has Armageddon, you kind of just concede tower control completely and never really play it. Showstopper in though, and the stun actually catching Jar, not able to escape from that one. So opening pick over towards Alter Ego. That's going to cause the little fast-paced aggression now from the Kimmy Kittens to get quicker to the
Thorns in the molly, buying a lot of time. There's the Armageddon. Going to try to flush Chud out of tower, and indeed it will, but still digging their heels into the site are Alter Ego. Great flashpoint though. Flattens Gotten and Chud on the site, and now Kimmy Kitten starting to really roll with the punches. A lot of kills going their way. Nice fault line and a trade from Styron. It's all on Adren King to once again drag Alter Ego into a round win with a big play. 1 on 3 for him. Kimmy Kitten's just jiggling around, not forcing the plant too early, trying to find out where the breach is coming from.
See if Adren King can find anything. As soon as he is noted though by Styron, everybody can start to reposition as well. We do have the salvos back online for Crazy Guy. That'll be dropped with an incendiary. They really don't want to give him an opportunity to get back in towards this round. You absolutely cannot blame them either. And it looks like a Drink King is just going to have to, you know, call the audible on this one and get out of dodge. See if he can maybe find one kill on an escape route, but he's looking to go a little bit more forward. Just has to concede at the end here, Pilski. Caught up by all of the stuns possible, by the way, on this escape.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
he will manage to get out there.
what should be done for him? Just going to save onto the rifle. If I know Alter Ego well, this is tack timeout.
Yeah. I gotta say, though, I really did like the little split-second pausing from the Kimmy Kittens when the Thorns were down in the top of tower. They wait a second for them to expire before then double pincing in towards the site on the back of that Armageddon. You can see that Vera getting that opening kill, and then whoever it was to push through the other smoke as well. I think it was Styron, maybe, getting the kill. So nice little split pincer there.
Yeah. So tack timeout for Alter Ego here. We're going into a half buy. Did have a Drink King holding onto the rifle. But we're getting into the dying hours of this series unless they can start to pull some rounds out of the back. Kimmy Kittens have been very solid with this B execute, isn't it? Time and time again. Over through arcade side, despite the fact that they lost Jar off the rip, they just convert the 4 on 5 way too easily. Really feels like they are hitting this site very nicely. Using the Teo utility to clear out tower, but then it's the follow-up that makes this comp so strong. You're clearing the space, you're forcing the defense to be able to place certain positions on the site, and then you're targeting them with the breach utility to follow up. That is the strength of this comp. You zone out certain spaces, and then you target the other spaces with your util and create favorable fights for yourself, and that's what Kimmy Kittens are doing so well on these B executes time and time again.
Well, let's see if the timeout is actually going to either convert this little thrifty round for Alter Ego, or if it'll transition into the next round. That's the gun round for them. Because again, starting on the back foot is not what you want. Going to be more of a dish play for them though here, Pilski, and even the other two members over towards the B side of the map still looking to go for the top side of the map too.
Alter Ego crunching top side now. On the half buy, they've taken all of that space. Kimmy Kitten's well aware of that. You can see them prompting and probing in towards unders. Seeing if there has been a defense push over there. So the attackers with a pretty good read on what's happening. And you do often see this gentleman's agreement to play top side, bottom side. Just navigate through the round from there. Kimmy Kitten's close to a lot of big ults here, but they don't want to have to burn them if they can avoid it. This is just a pistol half buy, and Alter Ego are stacked on the wrong side of the map, so should be able to set yourself up a very comfortable after plant here as the attackers.
Yeah, you presume one of the guys of Wayne and Styron to get the orb, one to get a plant if you want to maximize the ults there. When you recognize it, you can even wait a little bit for Jar to pick up the orb in main. They now recognize that nobody is home, so they will get Styron on towards the plant.
My ult's ready.
Breach ult ready. Wayne probably wants to try to get himself a kill or two, as does Jar here. Trying to min-max the ults over time. Alter Ego now starting to get themselves going for this execute. There's the only rifle hitting the deck straight away, Dion. That's not good news.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for a Drink King, but we'll see if the rest of the guys can do anything. They've been pretty potent with a couple of pistols at the times. So you good for one in the trade. Good special delivery, actually. He's going to isolate Vera for just a second, but again, timing is a bit of an issue right now when it's an open plant. The gun not looking good for Vera there, but again, as I mentioned, open plant, you still got utility. Again, an aftershock now. You're just denying this one. Eventually, guys, you're going to have to put your Nikes on and run away from that spike, and that's why Styron and Jar to fall.
Yeah, you can see
Cotton will take the gun to the next round too.
Kimmy Kittens wanted to hang around there, try and farm up those ults, and I think Alter Ego took advantage of that a little bit, running onto the site, keeping the attackers interested for long enough, but not actually peeking into them on A main there. End up taking a couple more rifles out of that round than maybe they had business doing, given how free it was of a site take and set up for the post plant. And Kimmy Kittens, they're just going to go straight back to what was working before. Looks like, again, an arcade kind of execute set play onto B. Alter Ego, though, this time with a tree take, spotted out by the turret, and Jar straight out of there. He wants nothing to do with that bottom side crunch. Stealth drone coming in from the other side.
flip side of that is the Kimmy Kittens can get in towards this B site, and the closest member is a Dragon King that can really only stall with a flashpoint and an aftershock that you might be better off holding for a post plan. An orbital strike though, dropped in by Gotten. Crucial seconds at the moment. Wayne needs to be careful if he's got his iPad out right now. That's a brilliant shot actually to come out from Gotten. As the plant is down though, however, Styron's Rolling Thunder is going to go on in. And they're just trying to stall them out from the side at the moment. A lot of opportunity though for the Alter Ego guys to sloot in when everyone's focused on towards spawn side of the map. The defensive side, Giant for 2. Really aloof spray from Nakia, but the job gets done. And in the meantime, Pilsky, the Steel Garden, it was dropped in, so it's pistols. Now, low HP for Nakia. A fire in the hole is out here from Vera. We're seeing so many ultimates be dropped in towards this round. And unfortunately for Alter Ego, I just don't think it's going to work out for them. A special delivery stuck on through. Wow, the round is already done, and so it should.
Yep. 6-1 for Kimmy Kittens. Still just continuing to string these rounds together, keeping things simple, trusting what's working. Worked really well for them in the first map. Just running the same kind of setups over and over again on defense when they were doing that C-take. And the two players anchoring on A. This feels like an extension of that, where stylistically, if a certain approach is working very well for them, they're just going to keep running it until it stops working. And you're seeing a little bit of a different variation. But again, it's just a B split, a B execute for Kimmy Kittens and Alter Ego. If they can't hold it, they're going to lose this game. Simple as that.
Yeah. Gotten again to play contact over towards the arcade bench side of things. He just got out some information. Jar gonna preempt this lockdown. You got to remember though, for a Teho to break that, they have to be relatively bot side to be able to put those salvos to it. I love the focus though from the side going in towards the spawn. So it doesn't matter that the lockdown really gets popped out here because that's 2 kills netted on the back of it for a deficit hold.
Completely overlooked. There is the breach ult as well. But you don't see any follow-up there from Alter Ego. Armageddon further trying to delay this plan. You can see Alter Ego throwing the kitchen sink at this round, but they're not able to capitalize on any of these ults. This is very curious.
Do they think that the rotation is going to happen over towards the A side? Eventually, Plant will be tapped again, and Sire is going to communicate that, but he can't do anything with the only member having the pistol. Sheriff.
Gotta be honest, like, I'm not really sure what Alter Ego is doing this round. They have invested so many ults and still ended up in the same situation. You had the fault line being held off of the contact. Vera takes contact. Styron to peek off of his own fault line. Aftershock to zone further. Wayne playing next contact from Gen's side. It's a nice open plant for the attackers, and Wayne's going to clean them both up in the mid to late round again. In the post plant, this one comes up with the goods every single time. And Kimmy Kittens really putting Alter Ego to the sword now. They're really starting to run out of steam here, Alter Ego. Despite getting very fortunate in that round.
I kind of understand the idea from Alter Ego to want to try and gamble that rotate back over towards A in knowing that their own spawn is an avenue that the Kimmy Kittens can go. But I also agree with you, like, you got to have numbers. You don't have any further information. You've dumped a whole bunch of ults to contain them on that site.
Bro,
you don't necessarily need to start the run.
I mean, yeah, I kind of understand it. If they're like dumping all these ults and then maybe thinking they're pushing them into A, I can get it. But I just do not think that was good execution from Alter Ego at all.
Yeah. There's also, luckily enough for Kimmy Kittens, that they were into the site with a minute to still go. So there was a lot of time for them to just reset too.
Hey, main fight for both teams. It's a big setup for Alter Ego playing inside of the door. Breach ready with supportive utility. Has the jump spot, the drop. You have Sayo in the corner. Stealth drone dealt with. Flashpoint forward. Fault line to zone. Kimmy Kittens can't break through just yet.
A lot of stock in holding this A main line as well. He is similarly over towards Arcade too. No overextension from Jar.
I'm gonna go meet up with him. Now you got Crazy Guy playing solo on the bottom side. He doesn't have a gun for some reason. I guess they're 7-1 and he's thinking to himself, like, how can I make this game harder for me? He's getting wrapped on by 2 players though, so not having a gun here is going to be difficult for him. Little arcade setup for Alter Ego though.
See if they can do something here, because Crazy Guy's just caught looking the wrong way, and little by little, just in that kill feed quickly, all the kills go the way of Alter Ego. 30 HP for Styron, overlooking the generator angle that a drinking will meet him the smoke.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen with that arcade setup last time, Dion, like earlier on in the half. Completely folded that. To be fair, it was in the mid-round after the A main fight exchange. And to be fair to Crazy Guy, a Vandal would not really have helped him too much there.
Yeah.
It's a nice round for Alter Ego. Doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence though, because Kimmy Kittens is now just going to go back to what was working for them before. Little arcade, little control, tower clear into that B execute with the breach util.
Can't blame them.
Placing alarm bomb.
Armageddon going to be online for the Kimmy Kittens as well if they want to path in through the Heaven line, or Tower line. They would already know that Gotten is generally the one to play spot over towards side 2.
There it is. Seeing this as one of the more popular uses of the Armageddon so far, and out go the salvos onto the site. Can Alter Ego hold on this time? They are going to aggress on stairs side. Jar lies in wait.
Turret as well for him to play on the back of any information. If that does get revealed, they'll destroy that. So he can start to activate onto them. They're not looking whatsoever. Smokes are gone and Gotten. And should. Yes, he finds the kill, but he's just going to get overwhelmed with the utility towards his location. And Drain King will find one. Sayu doubles down. There was a showstopper brought into the mix there as well, but now it's all on to Styron. At least the spike in possession.
Wrap into unders. 40 seconds on the clock. Both of these players, one bullet from death. This is very winnable for Styron. Creeping up on the line. Should peeking out once again. The first bullet accuracy on this man is worth its weight in gold. And Alter Ego, slow starters to Fracture. Scraping together a couple of consolation rounds. But if they're able to get 4 or 5 here, then we're back on.
Gotta say, this round can be quite doable for Alter Ego as well. When I'm just looking objectively to the numbers of Naki up pretty good on these kills so far. An Outlaw in play when you've got 4 sets of light shields and 2 lesser weapons for the Kimmy Kittens too. Not playing these normal angles that they've been doing for an arcade hit. Well, they could have been picked apart really early rather. But sending it on in is Vera. In towards the flashes. Double incendiary is being dropped and down. Gotten it's risky business that he wants to charge through that one, but he somehow gets away with 2 kills. That is blasphemy.
Oh, inside a tower as well. Chud hits him. He's strapped up there. You do not want to be taking a fight with him. Despite the fact that Kimmy Kittens try to run into the site and play anti-flood with the molly, Gotten does not care. Alter Ego are starting to adapt. They're starting to shut down these arcade executes. And for Kimmy Kittens, it's getting a little played out. It's getting a little one-dimensional. Needed to see more depth in this attacking side of Fracture. To be fair, there's not really been a lot of reps for either one of these teams. So I don't think you're going to see the kind of depth that you got out of Alter Ego's attacking side on Haven, for example. But yeah, it's really starting to feel like Alter Ego knows exactly how to deal with this arcade presence
30 seconds left
at this point.
I mean, we're getting into the last round of the half and the next one as well. So even if we've got to change up for Kimmy Kittens and it works, they'll have to rechange things going into the next side of the half switch. They don't necessarily realize here that the A site is empty. So they could have actually just ran in towards it.
10 seconds left.
For their minds, Pilsky, I guess if you're planting there, you're giving the opponents an opportunity to remove the guns from you.
Yeah,
and you want those guns going into the next round. So you just...
They just have no money. They can't afford to replace these rifles, so they have to save them. Simple as that.
Last round in the half.
Don't have perfect information that there's not anyone anchoring A. So, fair enough. Alter Ego just playing the numbers. When you're that far up in numbers, you can really just give up that much map control and just play a big 5-on-2. That's totally fine. Up comes out for Nakia. I've seen him pick up the Outlaw before, and in fact, the Outlaw would actually be a better choice here, really. Not that he knows that. Showstoppers there for Kimmy's Kittens. Big retake ults for Alter Ego. They actually fake a tree take there. Trying to push Kimmy's Kittens over towards A main into the op here. See if the attackers do fall for it. There's the stealth drone in towards arcade side. Stealth drone out of A main for Alter Ego. Spots out Jar. So that really reads like a Killjoy lurk. You're expecting the rest of Kimmy Kittens probably to be towards arcade side right now, to be honest, if you're Alter Ego seeing the Killjoy bottom side like that.
Wondering if they're going to try and set themselves up for Styron to ult in and Vera to follow with the showstopper as well. Presumably looks like at least one of the two, with Styron preparing for this one. You do see Chud in tower, and he's just going to steal garden that immediately to return. You got Salvos going into the mix as well. Good for Vera to get the kill before everything eventuates there. Can't quite get the showstopper out either. This is an opportune time for Gotten to reposition himself and see if he can get anybody who would come out of this smoke. That's risky. It's ballsy in towards your teammates. Salvos, you're taking half HP damage because of it, and then you lose your life. I don't like that one, Chief, with 30 seconds to go.
Oh, no.
A huge kill. Traded at least. Pilski, a fault line, though, is going to push Sayo off the line. He's able to survive. This gives a quiet little relief for Kimmy Kittens to try and get the plant, but oh no, they're going to get double trapped in towards it. The paint shells, they don't go deep enough. The plant as well onto Wayne, so he's now got the orbital strike available. But when does he choose to drop this one down and sit in the right position to funnel them forward to take the duel?
That round was insane. Kimmy's Kittens, though, are going to take a pretty big lead at the half and throw down the gauntlet to Alter Ego. All right, back in a little ahead of schedule. These teams are ripping and raring to get into the second half. Alter Ego on the verge of being knocked out in third place after already beating Kimmy Kittens in the upper bracket. Kimmy Kittens have looked in triumphant form, besting C11 and now on the verge of lining up a rematch with Full Sense in that grand final.
Yeah, a little spider bot going in to clear some info over towards main. The door trap play at the moment where you overlook Nakia, but the trades do start to come on out. You catch a little bit of a glimpse of Wayne here. You push him off the line as well. So backwards and forwards are fair. Overlooking Chud, but somehow Styron wins that duel on the run. Still looking to hold W in towards the site. Another trade to come on through. They're just absolutely happening galore with the flashpoint going in. A doubling down, maybe finally. Styron gets 3 at the end of that round, Pilski, and I'm looking at another successful pistol gathered here for the Kimmy Kittens.
Yeah, that might be the final nail in the coffin for Alter Ego. Nakia does get away with quite a lot there, but Styron and Crazy Guy playing multiple off angles. And then Char and Styron swing together at the end of the round. Kimmy Kittens, that is the strength of this comp. And, you know, the strength for both teams is just the space denial. It stalls Alter Ego for so long that the entirety of Kimmy Kittens can get involved in the round. Even the player that rotates from the other side of the map has impact there before the spike even goes down. Eco for Alter Ego here. Nakia farming up himself a lot of orbs. He's going to run the orb farm route. I think Kimmy Kittens are aware of that, though. Already pinging over towards arcade side. But are they going to do anything about it, or are they just going to leave it?
Well, they don't have, you know, breach here for a fault line or a special delivery to be able to do that. So you just kind of respect that you're giving away an orb.
I mean, 3 at this point. We're all already wrapping over towards drop side as well.
Oh. Early special delivery pop. Sorry.
A bit of a stealthy drone. Yeah.
Yeah. On the line, though, is Styron. Are they going to clear this one or not? They're going to shoulder him out and push him on back. This is the weaker side of the map. Salvos are available again from Sayu. There's a world in which these pistols do overwhelm this A site and get a plant here. It's just the ghost of Styron that does get taken down, and Crazy Guy now with no vision towards the site, although there's a small gap where he's able to steal away too. 30 seconds to go. Salvo's available again. He's going to choose to use them early. He has to at least escape with his life here, because Chud did catch a glimmer of him pushing forward. It's a bloody classic, man. It's a free gun. And now he gets an upgrade as well. Information secured on the back of the Arc Rose. And he will sneak in towards main as well, but with the plant on down, that's not for him, mind you. How do you look to reposition yourself here? A little hot potato into the site as Vera. Chud noted, I believe, with the footsteps now secured. Yeah, Vera to get the kill at the end there. So a bit of a recovery in that round for the Kimmy Kittens.
Great damage, though, for Alter Ego. Taking 3 kills. Spike plant goes down. They ran all of the orbs except for A main there. Nakia one off the showstopper, heading into round number 15. So we'll see if Kimmy's Kittens do play around the orb control. This is the exact comp for Leon. There was literally not a better comp to deny an orb and, you know, punish a team for trying to take one in the game. But there are 4 orbs on Fracture. You can't be everywhere.
That's true. This is one of the most important rounds in this map, though. Maybe even in this series, Pillskeep for Alter Ego. You lose this one, and you might be saying see you later.
There's the ult being taken from Arcade side, and it's given up. Stealth drone does reveal one player over towards drop. It is the Brim spotted there. Alter Ego just taking their time, clearing the Sentinel util after a little bit of pressure on drop. Oh no, that's not what Sayu was intending. But he's going to stick it over towards bottom side, and Alter Ego going to go for a B split here. KJ setup is on stairs. Vera waits a top gen.
You expect the judge to be in tower. You'd hopefully be expecting a bit of a clear on towards it. That's noted. Easy heads up for Jar to get ready to shoot. Going to be forced off with all the utility. Just has to stick it, but it does survive. He's got the regen shields here as well. And the nano is able to find Gotten. So he's just being very self-sufficient. Donated the spike now in tower, by the way, but I don't think he's expecting that someone is already behind him. So we switch over in this bonus to a 3 versus 3 situation as the plant will go down.
Yeah, we do have a couple stuns online here for Kimmy Kittens. A lot of util that can harass these players as they plant.
30
Out
seconds
goes the
left.
special delivery for Crazy Guy. Aftershocks flushes Chud out of the corner. Wayne will punish. Adren King also stunned up close on this Jetty position. Needs to come up with the goods, but it's the left eye, right eye peak going the way of Wayne. Sayu aggressing now, trying to take matters into his own hands, salvoing out this player on Jen, and he's able to come up with both, saving Alter Ego from conceding an 11-4 and having their money broken, but it's still anything but clean for the attackers.
Yeah, Styron not expecting him to be that close on the line there. I gotta say, the beginning stages set up the same for the past couple of rounds for the Kimmy Kittens with the top gen and the tower strat. You see Nakia just satchel himself in towards tower, and Jar, as I mentioned, pretty self-sufficient to buy time to burn his opponent's health down with the util, with the judge as well. But really, a deep recovery gathered for Alter Ego in a necessary round. Pilsky only surviving with one player, though. So this is a bit of a scrappy start to the new round with a good flash in to buy some crucial time on the fuse of Nakia's showstopper as he goes in towards the site. He misses the mark on that one, and again, it's into Jar's util.
Yep, set up on stairs side, traded well by Gotten. There's 3 players already ready here for the flood on Kimmy Kittens, and Wayne will be the tip of the spear, playing inside of his own arcade smoke. Spike does get planted. Wayne pushing through the arcade smoke and punished by Chud, though. Adren King also pushing the smokes. This is chaos from Alter Ego, and Kimmy's Kittens caught reeling.
Yeah, you got to settle down a little bit right now. An outlaw for Vera. One shot onto Adren King. Another shot would finish off Gotten, but Chud playing over at the tower might be the prized player to try and remove here to make things a little bit easier for yourselves. A good clearing from Styron, but do they know where Chud is sitting? They've just seen him out with the pain shells. The aftershock as well will force him to take the fight. And the Kittens will survive with 2 in the round on the defuse. Juggle that over to Vera to have the party be present in the next round.
Yeah, and that's bad news for Alter Ego. Expecting attack timeout for them. Should be a hero rifle on Nakia with a half buy around it. But, like you said, to contest with a showstopper into the next round, I mean, they just took way too many losses. Sayu needing to come up with clutch in the round previous, and then they get instantly reset in the following gun round. It's pretty much worst case scenario for Alter Ego. Kimmy's Kittens on the verge of knocking Alter Ego out of the tournament in 3rd place here.
Good timeout music right now to keep everyone energized. But you got to know that the chat right now is going to be a pretty concerning one. One would assume.
Yeah, for Alter Ego, I mean, see if they're going to kind of go balls to the wall with this one and fully buy up into it. Kimmy's Kittens' economy is pretty decent. They've gotten through the last couple of rounds with a few players. The last one in particular, a fair few players up, so what's it looking like? I mean, actually, their money is not great here. Misremembering the order of events. Half buy is there for Alter Ego. They've got an Orbital and a Steel Guard and 1 off an Armageddon, so a lot of ults that actually could cause an upset here. Outlaw purchase coming out for Vera. Does have the showstopper to be able to complete a retake or go for a flood. And Alter Ego just going to contest this utility in towards A main. Naki is going to beat it. Styron having to respect that. Oh, the satchel up on top of the box is beautiful over on tree side.
it's a kill,
Right
but it's
there.
also all of the information that you pretty much know everybody's contained in towards this A side flooding right now. Get rid of that bot. Get a little crossfire on towards Nakia, and now that you confirm the info that they are getting in towards the site, you can really just make mincemeat of them. You only lose Styron in that round. You're absolutely happy as Larry. Kimmy Kittens now finding the ultimate point to get into the grand final.
That point, it's been a pretty clean series. Kimmy Kittens have been in all 3 of the maps so far. It's been Alter Ego who's been forced to respond, and to be quite honest with you, Haven is the only map that it looked like they really had a chance of winning at all. Kimmy Kittens have been the much more convincing team in this series, and if they do pick up the dub here, it'll be much deserved. 7 in a row needed for Alter Ego to push us even into overtime, and from there, it would be a mammoth effort on the reverse sweep. Vera clearing the stealth drone. A lot of ults on offer here for Alter Ego, looking to kick off an A split.
Go ahead.
Vera's going to be isolated if that is the case. In towards the Steel Garden. You've got both of the Armageddons coming out actually here. Wayne as well with an orbital strike manages to find 2. Just everything is being thrown out this round at the moment from both sides to try and win this round for Alter Ego, to try and stay in this map. Conversely for Kimmy's Kittens to win out the game, and as Crazy Guy gets rid of Gotten, Adren King will fall. That is a clinical retake shutdown of a round for the Kimmy Kittens, and Pilsky, that does mean that the Kimmy Kittens are your second grand finalist.
Really good
Defenders.
resurgence in this tournament from Kimmy Kittens.